Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. Phone lines are open 508 924 3521. 508 924 3521. Give us a call. We love to have your input this morning on this particular broadcast. This is what we call, excuse me, Way Out Wednesday. Way Out Wednesday. We go way on out there on Wednesday. We talk about things that that's going on in and around your community. If you got some kind of issue, if you got some kind of you need some kind of advice on something, give us a call. Give us a call. We'll give you the best advice that we can. We got some good advice to give us only or two. I might be one. I'm just a question asker. My name is Raheem. Excuse me. I might be one, but we have one right here. This is Captain Leonard. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? Okay, Leonard, we can't hear you, brother.
Good morning, Raheem, in the Morning Glow family.
See, you gotta hit that. Is one little particular little button over there. You gotta hit that button. Leonard. We ain't gonna be able to hear you, brother. We ain't
No,
gonna be able to
not
hear
at all.
you. Everything going good with you?
Yes, really good.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Man, tell me something good, man. What's going on in the political world, man? What is going on, man? What we need to look out for?
Well, just make sure that some of you have the task of go
Mm-hmm.
out and make sure you address the issues of the runoffs in your area
Mm-hmm.
that is coming up soon. I believe they have started the early voting for the runoffs.
Yes.
So make sure that if you have folks in your area that you voted for that found themselves in a runoff, that you go back and vote for them. They don't
Mm-hmm.
count your vote twice. You got to go back twice.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, you got to
I
go back
I
twice.
voted for him last time, man. Don't that count for
Mm-mm.
something?
Mm-mm. See, that's what's hilarious. No, it don't count for nothing. Go back and vote so they can actually win that particular seat
Hold on.
because
I voted that. What the last time I voted? What that do?
last time when you voted, these folks came in very close tie. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why you have to go back and vote for the runoff.
Ain't that something? These people
That's
want me to go all the way back there and do it the whole thing all over again.
You
Like
may
ain't
not
like
have
ain't already
you
did
may
it.
not have winner take all the first go round. Some people's rules are different. If you
Mm-hmm.
have a candidate that did not actually get probably what 50% of the vote or a substantial share of the vote to force a runoff,
Mm-hmm.
but once that happens, you have to go back and vote again.
And you know what? You know what? I'm gonna do this right here because
For whatever it is. It could be labor commissioner, it could be anything. If the ballot is if the election is not complete, there's still more to be done.
what about the Poke Belly Distributor? I gotta vote for them again too. The Poke
The
Belly Distributor.
the who?
Poke Belly Distributor.
I don't know. I don't. We don't vote for them here. I don't believe.
Y'all don't vote for the Poke Belly Distributor.
No, but if you voted for that in your area, and that person wound up in a runoff,
Cause
you need to
Johnny
go
didn't
back.
do it right last time. Johnny didn't do it. Johnny didn't distribute them poke bellies right. Johnny ain't did it right, man. I went down there myself and I said, Johnny, look, you ain't doing this right, Johnny.
Well, you need to go down. Maybe Johnny got in a runoff, and if you don't like Johnny, you may need to go down there and vote for Johnny's opponent. Then, if you
I
don't
don't
like
like Sarah
Johnny,
either. I don't like Sarah
you
either.
don't like say, well, go down there, close your eyes, and go in there and pick one. If that's what you
See, Johnny didn't do it right, and Sarah ain't never been good in math. See, I went to school with Sarah.
want. You can still participate regardless, and they'll have people that can help even you down there.
They helped me too.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
They give me some extra pork bellies.
I don't know about that. They're not supposed to give you anything extra. So
Then let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Why in the world when I go down there and vote, how does it is? The people say they can't give me no water. I don't
well,
understand.
I mean, you may even have to vote for that. There's some people that don't want you to have water. Find out which political party don't want you to have water when you vote and vote against them. That's
I
important.
ain't voting. If a person tell me I can't even have a sip of water, hundred to them,
You
man,
wouldn't
I
even
ain't
vote.
voting
You
for them.
wouldn't vote for them, would you?
No, man, that don't make no sense. Cause look, it seems like they want me to have kind of a
Then
heat.
go
What they call
vote
that?
against them.
What they call that thing when the heat hit them and they give them shaking like this? What they call?
I'm not sure what that's called.
Call a heat
A
a,
what?
a heat stroke or something like that, ain't it?
Uh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, man. I went out there. I went to vote, man, and I'm gonna tell you something. I went out there to vote like I usually do. I'm gonna vote for people because I like to vote. You know, I like to let my voice be heard. I like to flex my muscles a little
Take
bit.
somebody with you that needs to vote as well. Then
Man, I was gonna take Marsha with me.
double
Man,
down on it.
Marsha told me she hadn't had a chance to do her hair last night because she couldn't go down there and vote because she ain't did her hair. I said, Marsha, ain't nobody worried about your hair.
Tell her put a wig on.
I started to tell her that too. I started to put the wig on because I saw it hanging on the Drake over there. I saw her hanging on the Drake. She had a hanging on the bedpost. Now don't ask me how. That's a whole different conversation. Now you can wing out that conversation. But I'm gonna tell you something. I wasn't gonna take it down there to vote. I sure was. I wasn't gonna take it down there to vote. But people, it's important. It's important. It's real important that we vote.
Very important.
Let your voice be heard. Let your voice be heard now.
Turn out in big numbers. Turn out in big numbers.
Big numbers. And if you got a car that got more than one seat, put somebody in that seat and take them down with you. Take them down there with you.
You want to make sure that your community votes.
Yeah.
If your community wants their voice to be heard, they need to vote.
Flex your muscles. See, everybody always talk. See, let me tell you something, Captain. And we got somebody on the phone. I'm gonna go to the phone line too. Look, everybody always talk about this way on Wednesday. I could talk like this on Wednesday. Look, everybody always talking about they want to flex their muscles, but they flex the muscles the wrong way. They don't even want to go down there and vote, man. They don't even want to vote.
Well, you need to talk them into that.
I try to talk to them.
You need to tell them their pork belly price is at stake.
Yeah. The people love them pork bellies. You know, some people call them chitlins.
If that's what they're concerned about and that's what they need information on, you need to take it down there and make sure they got information on that to vote.
You eat pork bellies?
No, sir.
Now hold on, ain't you down here in the South?
Yes, sir. But I don't eat swine, sir.
Swine? What it is?
It's another name for pork, sir.
Oh, you don't partake in the pork?
No, I don't indulge.
Oh, you don't eat the pig heels and pig tail?
No.
Pig feet?
No.
Pork chops?
No.
Ham?
No, sir.
You don't eat no part of it, huh?
No, sir.
Do you even speak to the oink when they go by you?
Not even that.
Now I know somebody that eat. I know somebody that eat. Yeah, I know somebody that partake in the pork now. I know how they partake. Watch this. Hey, Curtis. Curtis.
Yeah, what up, soul brother?
Good morning. How you doing now?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
Who you gonna vote for in the pork belly distributor? You know, they got a runoff going on the pork belly distributor. Who you voting for?
I can't vote down there where y'all at, man.
They got pork bellies everywhere, man. They got pork bellies in Baltimore.
I don't I really don't boy, you is crazy. I really don't have a problem with pork bellies being added into a bill.
That's a serious race, too, girl. That's a serious race. Pork belly serious.
I understand that, you know, in every bill, you know, there's a give or take, there's negotiation. Sometimes you get what you want and sometimes you don't.
You know this way. You know this way I Wednesday on. You know this way I Wednesday now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do eat pork though. I don't have a problem. With pork.
I knew it. I knew you partake in the pork. I knew you partake in the pork. You eat the pork chops, brother. You eat the pork chops.
Yes, I do.
You eat the pig feet.
Yes, I do. Bring a pig in my house and see how long he lasts.
So,
okay.
So let me ask you this here now. Do you do? I had this one buddy. He said, "Man, I eat every part of the pig. I even barbecue the oink. Do you barbecue the oink?
Do I barbecue the what?
The oink. They eat everything, even the oink.
Boy, you're crazy. I don't even know how to barbecue an oink, man.
Now see, we got somebody else on here too. Make sure you tell all your folks to go out there and do one off. Bless you, little brother. Bless you, brother.
Excuse me, I'm so tired.
I seen some pork went out you that time, brother.
I don't know.
I think I seen some pork went out you that time.
Right.
You know, it's sneaking about you. But listen, make sure you tell all your folks to go out there and vote, man. Make sure you tell them to go out there. It's really important that they vote, man. Make sure you tell them that now, Curtis. Tell your people to go out there and vote. And you got an extra seat in your car. Put a behind in that seat when you're going down there. See, that's what you need to do. And vote for the Pope better distributor. Don't forget that. They try to hide it down at the bottom, but you got to scroll all the way down. You scroll down just a little bit farther and hit that button. Pope better distributor gonna come up. Vote for Marvin. Vote for Marvin. Marvin, good guy. I like Marvin. Rico.
What's happening, man?
Good morning. How you doing there?
Man, I can't complain, man. Welcome to a new day, man.
Welcome to you as well. Now, Rico, let me ask you this question, man. This is way out Wednesday, man. We get a little crazy on Wednesday, so I need you to roll with me, brother. Do you partake in the pork?
I cheat every now and then.
Okay. You eat the pig feet?
No, no, I ain't no pig feet since I was maybe 6 years old, man.
What about pork chop?
I ain't ate no pork chop in about 10 years.
Man, what you eat? You eat the ham?
Nah, well, you know what? I cheat and eat me some ham every now and then. Might be on Thanksgiving. I get me a little piece or whatever. Here and there, I might get me some bacon on a burger. You know what I'm saying? If that's about the extent of it, man. I might get some, like a sausage, egg and cheese biscuit or something like that. But I'm minimum on that pork, man, because it don't take much for my head to start hurting.
That's what I'm about to say, man. You eat that doggone trying before you know it, man. You be walking around, you be a little dizzy. You be a little dizzy. Something ain't right with this. I ain't supposed to feel like this after eating anything. I don't eat it.
Yeah, do a little something to you.
Yeah, I don't do it. But listen, Rico, I need you to make sure you go out there and vote, man. They got the runoff going on. Make sure you go out there and vote. And the Pope better distributor, you scroll on down there and vote for Marvin for the Pope better distributor. Because he's better at the Pope. He know more about that Pope. That boy been around pigs all his life.
Hey, so you saying the pork distributor in your belly and make you have a runoff?
No. The runoff, they got different areas in the runoff. They got you run for this, you run for that, you run for that. But they got another category that people don't take time to vote on. It's called the Pope better distributor.
Oh, okay. I thought you said pork distributor through your belly and to make you have a runoff.
Yeah, to do that too now.
Having a runoff for the pork better distributor.
Yeah. Make sure you vote for Marvin, man. Because Marvin knows we been knowing pork all his life, man. That boy been around. I think his cousin was a pig. I really do. I think his cousin was a pig, man. I think the pig running his family. That boy no pig.
I'm gonna do a writing.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do. You got to do it. But what else is going on now? This is way out Wednesday. This is way out Wednesday. We talk about a little bit of everything. Rico, what's on your heart for today? Talk to me.
Man, I'm just out here, man, enjoying life, man, trying to beat this heat. It's been a different level of heat here lately, man. All kind of things going on in the news in the world, but that is as always. As long as this thing is spinning, there's gonna be something good going on and something bad going on. So, we just got to find out what people want to talk about.
That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Captain, what's on your heart, brother? It's way out Wednesday. What you want to talk about this morning?
I am pretty open for most discussions.
Mm-hmm.
But I can definitely let you know when you have one I don't want to talk about.
Okay. Let me ask you.
I can be rather moody sometimes.
Now let me ask you this, man. If somebody invites you to a dinner or outing or whatever it is, some kind of an outing or something like that, and you and a ex friend had a big fallout, and you realized these jokers trying to pull us back together. Now you and this person had this big fallout. Y'all just don't like each other. Y'all used to be the best of friends. Y'all don't like each other now. How do you handle that situation when you walk in and you set eyes on them and you see them, and when you see them, you say, "Oh, I know what y'all trying to do." How do you handle that situation? What's the cordial way to handle the situation, and what's the not so cordial way to handle the situation?
I guess it depends on why you have an issue with that person. Did you say you all were somehow in a relationship before?
Yeah, y'all real good friends, or maybe even in a relationship or something like that, and it fell apart. And everybody say y'all was in a relationship, and everybody say, look at here, them two right there, they need to be together, man. They meant to be. They're soulmates. Things happen along the way, and because of something happened along the way, now y'all had this big fallout. But your friends want y'all together, and they try to pull y'all back together, and so they want to play matchmaker or whatever you want to call it, and get y'all back together. Maybe if y'all in their mind, maybe if we just get them in the same place and they just talk about it, they'll come back together.
Well, if the people are my friends, they know me better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Has nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not entertaining you, I'm not. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's none of their business actually.
Mm-hmm. But they doing it.
Mm-mm.
They say for the good.
My friends would know better.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Mm.
your friends wouldn't, but mine would.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 I can go with that. I can go with that. Rico, what do you say? What do you say about that, man? You realize they trying to get us back together. Man, these jokers, man. God Almighty. Rico, you walk in and you see it and you recognize what it is when you first walk in. What do you do? Do you turn and walk away? Do you? How do you handle the situation?
It depends on what the fallout was about and
Mm-hmm.
how deep it went,
Mm-hmm.
and how disrespectful it got.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good possibility that your friends don't know the entire situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, say for instance, you talking about between a man and a woman.
Yes.
And in my point of view, if it's a woman that I don't want to see or whatever, that she may have gone to these people because we have mutual friends and gave her part of the story, but omitted a few things.
Mm.
Or maybe she just didn't get what she did and didn't understand what she did was a violation or whatever. But if they really knew the details, then it would be understandable because I could actually be overreacting.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be a misunderstanding on my part, but it would really depend on if they knew the details. She could probably go to them and tell them her side of the story, but leave out some very major issues.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so by them not knowing the whole story, they think they're trying to do a good thing when really and truly they should have minded the business because
Mm-hmm.
they didn't know the entire business.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Good.
it really depends on when these people actually try to make an attempt to do this, that they take the time to find out what the issue was and why it came about, because sometimes some relationships don't deserve to be mended.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Kirk, talk to me, brother. How do you handle that situation? You walk in, man, and now you and this girl, man, y'all were real close. Y'all had a what people think is a mirror, a perfect relationship, and something happened, and y'all fall apart. But your friends try to bring y'all back together and put y'all in the same place over dinner, your favorite restaurant. They say, "Look here, come on, man," and you walk in, and she's sitting at the table. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Curtis. How do you handle that situation?
I'm going back to my car.
Wow.
My favorite
Wow.
restaurant. I can eat there anytime. I'm going back to my car. I don't have time for foolishness, and I don't have time to deal with. Listen. Um, I don't like confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the person that I can become when I become confrontational. I don't like my mindset when I become confrontational.
But Curry, let me
So,
ask you: do you even take in consideration that they're trying to do this for a good reason, because they really think y'all should be together and y'all really should talk it and mend whatever it is that's happened? They could be doing. They could be coming from a good place.
well, I appreciate the effort.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I won't appreciate. Thanks. I appreciate what y'all trying to do, but now I'm out. I'll holler at y'all later. It's been
Mm-hmm.
all good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. If this friendship is gonna be mended, it's gonna be mended on its time, not on y'all time.
That's good. Mm-hmm. Wow. That see, I can understand. I can understand what you're saying, and where you're coming from when you say that. But friends sometimes, Leonard, can a friend overstep his boundaries, his or her boundaries? And
Well,
is
that's I was questioning the
mm-hmm.
friendship itself
Mm-hmm.
because you and your friends would definitely have discussed that.
Mm-hmm.
Life ain't a sitcom.
Come on.
It may look good on as a good plot for a good sitcom or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
but real life is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
You plan the outcome on a movie. You
Mm-hmm.
don't get a chance to plan that outcome in a real event. So I'm not sure why, if we threw, you would try to go against something that I was that serious about.
Mm.
I'm not sure. I know some folks like to think that they're helping out the situation, but
Yes.
the best way if you helping the situation is find out if that's the help that the person wants.
How can we mend a broken
Oh
heart?
my God, that song is such a beautiful song. and you just crucified it. You just laid it out there like that, right here.
Man, look at here, man. I did it some serious justice, brother.
God, I love
It
that
it
song,
it
man.
it it it, it, it ain't my fault that you got that haterism in you this morning. You need to go lay it back down and get it back up, and wake up and get that haterism out of you, man. It's not a good look, man. You know, look here. Anybody that appreciates singing, appreciate what I just did. Charles, talk to me, brother. Good morning. How you doing this morning, Charles? You there? Charles, I think Charles having some issues with his feed there. Rico, and Charles, I'll come back to you when your feed man is acting up. Go out and come back in. But Rico, friends sometimes can overstep themselves and step outside of the realm of what they're supposed to be doing. But sometimes they doing it in their mind, in their heart, for the good, for the betterment of the situation. Are they overstepping themselves and doing something like that?
Yeah, that's true. Everything you said is true, and what Curtis said is true too. You know, things meaning on your time. See, this is what you have to look at when you said sometimes friends overstep their boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that equates to imposing your will on me.
Mm-hmm.
But see, if I said I didn't want nothing to do with this person, I meant and said that I didn't want nothing to do with this person.
Mm-hmm.
But now, on your point of view, I get it, because there have been instances where somebody was being stubborn,
mm-hmm.
and the issue wasn't the way they thought it was, but they were so mad that they would rather stay in their feelings, or maybe it was something that could be solved, but they just continue to remain stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of them remaining stubborn, they're losing out. They might be depressed. Deep down inside, they might be in denial that they really want to be with this person, so they're tormenting themselves because they would really rather hang on to that anger.
Mm-hmm.
So that real friend might say, you know what, man, they mad, they feeling still hurt, but deep down inside, they really want to be with that person. You can tell, because that's all they talk about. And the person really is ashamed of what they did and want to apologize, and they want to be with him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's over there being miserable.
Yeah.
He's tormenting himself because he would rather hang on to that pain. He can't get over that issue to the point to where he's hurting himself more than he's hurting them.
Mm-hmm.
And they love him.
Mm-hmm.
And deep down inside, he loves them too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he just can't stand to go behind another man.
Mm-hmm.
Or he just can't stand to get over whatever this issue was.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get where you're coming from, because sometimes by us being human beings and not being perfect, I just said it don't mean we're perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So we can actually have friends that sees our flaws and pays attention to us and will say, you know what, I know him. That ain't really how he is. I know when my friend been hurt, and I know when they're in denial.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go ahead and hook this back up. Let me get this back up, because deep down inside, he can't wait to get back with this woman.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll thank me later.
His pride, you know that word pride, they say it's a sin.
Mm-hmm.
That can be a problem sometimes.
He'll thank me later.
It works both ways, man. You know, sometimes it depends on that person, because to me, some violations ain't no coming back from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Curtis, what is a violation? Because we as men, we view things a little differently sometimes. And Rico is absolutely right. Some things you do ain't no coming back. You know, I don't care how I felt about you. I don't care what it is, but you did this and the relationship is over. So what are some of those violations, Curtis, that you know of as a man, that if your woman did against you, there's no coming back?
What are the violations that if my woman did against me?
Yes.
If she tried to turn my kids against me, ain't no coming back from that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's the only one?
Yeah.
Okay.
If she turned my kids, ain't no coming back from that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ain't no coming back from that. You try to turn my kids against me, ain't no coming back from that.
Mm-hmm. Ain't no discussion or nothing.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Kick rocks.
Mm-hmm. Barefoot.
Kick rocks and drop rocks.
Kick rocks barefoot going down the street.
There you go.
Leonard, what are some violations that if your female friend or spouse, whatever, did against you, there's no coming back? As a man, what are some of those things?
I don't think there's anything really.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you betray me to white folks, I would probably want to cut your throat.
Mm. Now, what exactly does that mean?
If you find yourself in league with the opposite side,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably going to do it for me. I don't do enemies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know but one thing to do with the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you find yourself on that side of the coin, you out of luck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Plain and
Wow.
simple. I don't mix it. I don't really mix it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
that's why when we have some depends, sometimes we have conversations about rough relationships and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really cutting that off. Period. There's no
Mm-hmm.
back and forth about it really, or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Once you are on the opposite side, I don't fool with you no more.
There you go. There you go. Rico, what do you say it is, man? What are some of those things that if she did against you, man, there's regardless of how good the relationship, how much you care or love her or whatever, if she did this against you, there's no coming back. What are some of those things?
Well, Leonard just said, if you
Mm-hmm.
betray or deceive me,
Mm-hmm.
if you try to sabotage my name,
Mm-hmm.
you want to manipulate, try to manipulate me or anything like that. I'm big on principle, man. And sometimes I could cut somebody off for the smallest thing
Mm-hmm.
because I know if they went to this extreme and was this petty to do something over something this small, if it was something bigger, they would kill me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I look at principle on a lot of things, man. And, I hear people say all the time, man, you can't be petty, you can't be petty. But to be honest with you, it's the small issues and how people carry themselves about those small issues that really let you know how a person will act on a bigger platform.
Mm-hmm.
Most times.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people play, sometimes they, I wouldn't do it over something serious. No, I think you will do it over something serious. If you lie about something small,
Yeah.
I think we were talking about people cheating at card games one time.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I don't play that cheating. I mean, man, I don't threaten to whoop people real bad over video games. That's why I don't play video games. And they're like, man, it's just a game. I'm like, no, it's the principle.
Mm-hmm.
If it is just a game, why you got to cheat?
Yeah. Yeah.
If
Exactly.
it's just a game, why did you find the need to say, well, let me cheat to win? It had to be that important. So it's just the fact. It's the principle of the matter that you decided you want to cheat me. And then you're going to sit in my face and laugh about it. But I'm going to beat you to sleep in here, knock you all the way out. And before you know it, the whole room get quiet. Everybody looking at Rico like he crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all going to learn sooner or later that Rico is about principle.
Mm-hmm.
And man, what Curtis said about women turning your children against you. Oh my good, no coming back from that.
Mm-hmm.
My baby mama saying,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't piss on them if they was on fire.
Good Lord. Good Lord. We got somebody just walked in the room here, y'all. We got somebody just walked in the room. Hey, boo, how you doing? Are you looking for another microphone? No, because it ain't here. I can set it up for you if you want. If you want to come in, I gotta set my daughter. She want to sit in on us this morning, so I gotta set up a mic for her. No, I'll take care of it. Baby. Give me 1 second. I'll take care of it. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. And let me do this before I even do that. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. See, a lot of time females don't understand how we as men feel about certain things. And they think that, like Rico said, they think that we may be being petty or we may be being this or being that. No, that has nothing to do with it. We just got certain things that we're built on. And if we built on those things, we're going to stand on what we believe in. Curtis, what do you say to that, man? Are we petty, man?
Who's petty?
Are we petty as men? Are we petty? Some of the principles that we have and that we stand on and that we would not compromise or sacrifice. Are we being petty as men?
Nah, I'm a man's kind of man, so I don't think petty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, that depends on what group of men you talk about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That really depends, because this younger generation can be some petty dudes, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
My daddy and them, that they wasn't into anything that connotated that they're asking female response.
Mm-hmm.
That is really petty. Really a it, I'll say that. No, I don't think we be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Kurt, your phone is breaking up just a little bit on us, brother. It's going in and out. We could hear bits and pieces of what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think we petty.
You don't think? You don't think? Okay, okay. Now, would females agree with you when you say that?
Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my opinion. If you messing with a real man don't have time to be petty.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't have the time, especially a real black man. We don't have the time to be petty. That takes too much energy. That's too much work.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much follow through.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, we ain't got time for that.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Leonard, take it for a second.
Sir, yes.
I'm take it for a second. I got to set up Miri's mic real quickly. Take it for a second.
Oh, of course, if it's for Mary, go ahead.
Oh,
hey, I'm surprised my man Kurt could be here this morning because he looked like he had such a good time. You know, I remember Kurt saying, just as happy as he could be, that thing could go left quick. But you definitely look like you was enjoying yourself, brother, on the Facebook clip I seen. And happy birthday to your people.
Oh yeah, my man.
Yeah, you was getting it in.
Yeah, so I had me a couple sips.
Yeah, you was getting it in, man. You was having a good time, bro.
I felt it the next day though. You just thought I was in the ER up at this house.
Yeah, but a serious point, don't you find out as you get older, it's just so much better to walk away?
Absolutely. It is so much better to walk away. Right, here's how I process it, Lennon. I could be wrong. I probably am. Every time I get into a situation, the first thing I think about is, now I'm 50 years old. Is this something that a person my age should even be indulged in? Right? And I answer that. And most of the time, the answer I come up with is, man, if you don't go get your butt in a clown car and you should be a part of that, go sit in a clown car somewhere. So I kind of gauge things from a perspective of, okay, am I mature? Am I being a child right now? Am I being a young adult? Am I being 21? Am I being 30? Because at the end of the day, at 50 years old, I mean, I got half, I hate to say it like this, man, but that's a half a century, bro.
Right.
You only probably got 20 to 30 more years left here. And these 50 years went rather fast.
Didn't they?
How fast is some 30? If I got 30 more years, then how fast they gonna go, bro?
And
you know what I mean?
Right. And I think like what Raheem had pointed out, like with men for sure. And of course, we know a lot of men are changing these days. We won't go into that as much. But it just seems as if there's a phenomenon these days that people are seeking drama. Like with a situation like Raheem just mentioned. If we don't bump heads the last couple of times we don't saw one another, why would we be so eager to do that another time over and over? This is why I couldn't get into fake reality TV, because I couldn't understand for the life of me, if you know you don't like somebody, why are you in their face in the first place? When you know you don't care for them or don't like them, why y'all breaking bread together? But then again, I understand. It's because on those shows, you're breaking bread. It's about a check. But then again, if we notice how it goes down in our community, how do people that don't get along, why, I should say, do they constantly want to be in each other's company just to behave like monkeys, man? Just to act like clowns, just to get into it. Old boy over there don't like you. Mm-hmm. So you rush to the confrontation. She better not say nothing. Then they go to this. Well, they better not say nothing. Then before you know it, they can't even look at you. 2-3 drinks in, y'all out straight out, unconcealed, swinging weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that was my thing. I'm still trying to figure it out. If I don't like you, why would I always put myself in a situation where you were?
But Leonard, let me ask you this question, and I want to stay right there for a second because that does make sense to me. But what does that say about your self-control? And when I say you, I'm not talking about you particularly, but I'm talking about the person's self-control. That you can't be in this person's company and not conduct yourself with a certain amount of self-control. That you know that you're not going to act a certain way because you do have that discipline in yourself. What does that say about your self-control and or discipline?
Well, they may not have discipline.
Mm-hmm.
They may not have that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can pretend you ain't there.
Mm-hmm.
And you could be sitting right next to me.
Okay.
So I abstain from appearances of evil. If you look like evil, I don't fool with you.
I'm sorry, man.
That's okay, bro. I don't fool with you, bro. If I know me and you got a problem, Raheem, I may not feel like doing that this evening. Like my man Kurt say, don't get in your little clown car and go on about your business.
Lord, we got I think we have is that VP or that's Friday? Who we got with us this morning?
For a few minutes, you have Friday.
Good morning. How you doing, young lady?
How you doing?
Doing good. Friday, let me ask you a question. And I'm gonna go ahead and ask you the question. We got you for a few minutes. You say, I know you probably on your way somewhere this morning. But are men petty when it comes to stuff like this? Are we petty? Talk to me. Now, tell me what your heart say.
Yes. I think that I find that men are petty, and the rationale of thinking that they're not makes them more petty, because then they don't see the pettiness in their actions or behavior, because they've already determined within their mind that they're not petty. I think that that's not necessarily like 100%, but I really believe it's like an 80-20. For men, because they typically don't process through emotions and feelings in terms of their response. And most of the time, petty behavior comes from the knee-jerk reaction. And so it's not always as meticulous and thought through as one may think petty requires. No, petty means I'm not even really, because I don't care, I'm not going to give the deep thought. Now, if you might be a psychopath if you're getting that deep into, I'm going to do this, and this is going to be the reaction, and this, and this, and this, and this, and then you're just super manipulative. But in terms of my opinion and the viewpoint of pettiness, it's more of the knee-jerk reaction and not thinking it through.
Now, I gotta ask you the question: Is that something that's solely for the men? Because I've seen women act up in a terrible way, man. I've seen women go somewhere and if they see if y'all see somebody that y'all just don't like or whatever, y'all have a tendency to act up a lot faster than we will sometimes. Sometimes we trying to calm y'all down. No, baby, it ain't no. You ain't got to go over there and slap her. You ain't got to do that. No. So is that something that we as men, is that, do we have the monopoly on it? Is what I'm asking you.
I find, for what the question was, that it didn't eliminate or excuse women from also being petty. But the focus was on men.
So y'all are petty too.
Women,
so y'all petty too.
I think women, they tend to want to feel the need to prove something. So their path to pettiness might be 2 degrees off from what gets men to the point of pettiness. But yes, women are very capable, and typically is to try to prove something. And across the board, at the root of it, it's pride.
Okay. Mary, are women petty too?
No.
What?
I don't think men are petty.
You don't think men are petty?
I don't think so. I think men are immature.
Immature?
Yes. I think women mature faster than men. That's why we think they're petty, but they're just immature.
Well, I can agree with you. Y'all might mature a little faster than us, but petty?
I don't think y'all are petty.
I love Mary's answer.
So hold on. You think women are petty?
I think women can be immature as well. I don't think it's a petty thing because
Mhm.
I feel like we say petty because we want to justify why we do the immature things that we do. But it's just immature. You were
Mhm.
acting immature at the time. You didn't have to go over there and do that. You could have rose above it,
Mhm.
but you decided to be immature. It wasn't petty. And
Mm.
I think men mature slower than women because of how
I
they
want to hear
have.
this now. When you say because though, I want to hear this here.
No, I think it's because you can't cry, you can't show emotion. If you want to show emotion, fight them. If you
Mhm.
don't want to fight them, don't say anything. I
Mhm.
think it's I think men have to be they have to act like adults at such a young age,
Mhm.
and that makes them immature because once you become a grown man, now you just a grown child because you never got to express those emotions. So now when you get into a relationship or you go out into the world, how do you express something that you don't understand how to express?
So we're not. We don't. We were not given the proper equipment.
I think most men aren't,
And why do you think that is?
because if we're both going through something and I
Mhm.
need somebody to lean on, if I can't lean on you, who am I gonna lean on?
Mhm.
And men feel like they have to be that person to lean on.
Mhm.
You don't have to be that person.
How do you tell? See, there's so many different layers, and I see Leonard mind is working a million miles an hour right now. But that joke is into this right here. But how do you tell a man that's been geared from a certain little boy status? Don't cry, don't do this. Suck it up, be a man.
You don't tell them. You have to show them.
Society tells them that most of the majority of the time. How do you tell him that
But
he's been geared a certain way? Let me ask you a question. He's been geared a certain way. How do you tell him that he don't have to be that leaning post? How do you take that away from him?
you're not taking anything away from him. You're helping him grow.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are afraid of growing when
Mm-hmm.
they know one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can't tell you, oh, cry, because then you'll be like, no, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna cry. But I can show you
Go
that I.
on and cry.
Hey, now wait a minute.
My
Wait, what you singing over my
child.
segment? Now
Cry till your
I feel like when it comes down to like adults,
mm-hmm.
I think you gotta show them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I know that you can't cry
See,
in
see,
this.
see. I got to move on to somebody else. But you said as adults, you got to show them.
Mhm.
I think that's too late. You have to show them as
Well, I
as
ain't
they're
your
going through.
mama. I didn't raise you.
Lord Jesus, Leonard, go ahead, brother. She done
Oh, I
shook.
mean, I understand Mary's point of view
Mm-hmm.
because she has an expectation of men
Mm-hmm.
and how men should behave.
Yeah.
And when she says petty, she means what women know when they being petty.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter how old they get. That's one of those things that they
That's
just
a
do.
characteristic of a woman.
But petty men usually is
Hold
just
on, Leonard. You ain't gonna dance around that, man. Is that a
what.
characteristic of a woman being petty?
Well, yeah, I think that they have some feminine ways that men don't get involved in, and men that do behave like that,
Mm-hmm.
we usually refer to them as gay
Mm.
because of
Wow.
their such a feminine behavior.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A
There are
weakness.
some things that are just obviously feminine, and real men, we're not gonna go back and forth like that with one another.
Mm-hmm.
Not real
Mm-hmm.
ones, not mature ones.
So let me go ahead, and I'm loving this conversation this morning. So you say real men not gonna go on in that conversation.
No,
So is it that they just gonna go and go and indulge in a fight, or they gonna walk away?
if we can't walk away, we won't have
Mm-hmm.
no problem with it. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a walk away situation, whereas women a lot of times will keep going. And this
Mm-hmm.
is why you see things have come so bad in the community because the men behave like women.
Wow. Ibrahim, what's on your heart, brother? Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Well, morning and pray the Most High. You know, conversation gets ugly and over my years of my lifetime. A book
Mm-hmm.
came out late 60s, early 70s called "Women Are from Venus, Men Are from Mars," and that has keep defining our culture keeps defining society, and
Mm-hmm.
through media defines what a man is, what a woman is, right?
Yes.
And it has
Yes.
gotten so much that when I talk to people of these generations, right, the millennials and the K and some of the exes, they think that Father Knows Best and everything was how like it was in the 60s or the 50s, how
Mm-hmm.
people lived or should live, or good times and how people lived or should live, what was the epitome of a man in the urban area? What was the epitome of a man in the GQ in the urban area? What was the epitome of a man in the rural areas? You know what I mean? And so I think that we're so defined in this generation's capacity to understand what femininity and manhood is, when it just becomes a thing about being an adult. To me, I went through this for years. I always championed the man cause or the female cause, whatever. But it's about being an adult, a responsible adult is going to act a certain way. I don't care if they're male or female. If you grow up to be a responsible adult or grow up with responsibilities, sure you're gonna mature faster. You're gonna know about things. You're gonna have more conversations.
Is there a certain are there stages that certain amount of responsibility is given to a young person in the path of becoming an adult? Because you can't overwhelm a person by giving them too much responsibility too early. So how do you govern that?
Well, I guess you could say I was overwhelmed, but it stuck. Some good things stuck with me. Maybe some bad things stuck with me. But I expect people to be responsible. I expect a person to give me their word and say something. I expect them to do exactly what they say. And if they saying one thing and their actions show me something entirely different, then I'm gonna classify that person by their actions, not just by what they say, right?
Would you call if a person give you their word, and we're gonna go on to, if a person give you their word, Ibrahim, and they have all intentions of following through with what they said with their word, but some situations go about and they're not able to do this. Now, if those same situations don't put them in a place or a position where they could call and let you know that they couldn't do it and the time passes, do you refer to that person as a liar, or do you find out what cause?
Well, so some issues say, well, damn, I would have done this if I could. You know what I'm saying? But I think you have to classify that in an answer, right? Were they sincere enough, right? Could they do it? Could they not done it, right? Did they overspeak themselves? You know what I mean? Because of other different reasons. So it's still a character identification by when a person promises you something and don't commit. You know what I mean? It could be forgetfulness, right? Could their life have got so busy?
Now,
So I think
Ibrahim, as black folks, first thing we're gonna say, Negro, you ain't forget. Negro, you ain't forget. No, you didn't want to do it. You ain't forget, and we're gonna put that title or that label on them, and and not give them the opportunity to voice what it was in some instances. Let me go to Rico. Rico, what's on your heart, brother? Rico, you there?
I'm trying to see where I get in. I'm trying to see where I get in, where I can fit in, man. I heard about 3 different terms since I last spoke, so I'm trying to think about what part I want to address. First off, you think you could turn Miriam mic up a little bit, because I couldn't hear her too good. I heard her a little bit.
Yeah, I turned it up toward the end.
Good.
Say something, Miriam.
Can you hear me now?
But
yeah,
I was thinking about that word petty. To me, use just like the word insecure as a deflection. Baby, who was that texting your phone at 3 o'clock this morning? Oh, it wasn't nobody. 2 or 3 o'clock the next morning, do it again. She go in the bathroom. Baby, why you get up in the back, go in the bathroom? Who was that text your phone? Oh, it wasn't nobody texting my phone. Let me see it. Now you being petty. It's too early in the morning for that. No, I ain't being petty. See, I think that can actually be used as a deflection tactic. Now, me having a concern about something that I didn't like or way something went, and addressing it is not petty. I should have the right to bring it up, address it, to see what's going on, so I can have some surety about myself, get some confirmation. Now, the way I respond or retaliate to be petty. You see, I could easily want to do some get back. That's being petty. Or, I think one of the dudes said earlier about why would somebody invite people together when they know they don't get along. And we got to understand that we live in a society, just like with the fake reality sitcoms, people love that sensationalism. Ratings, I mean, those sitcoms, man, those reality shows, they're successful because of the sensationalism. The extremists. And we have that in our nature, man. I mean, you know what? We grew up with women that watch soap operas, and they like that cliffhanger and that sensation every day. Soap opera after soap opera, they had a cliffhanger, something that gave them something to talk about hours after it was gone off. And then they started looking for it in their real life. So now you see people don't get along with each other, pass by each other all day long, and man, I don't like that dude. I don't like that dude. But as soon as they get in the club, they want to show out. Why? Because they want to be seen. Heard what I did last night?
Mm-hmm.
You heard what I did? What they say? What they say? See, people like sensationalism. So sometimes people will invite these people together. They'll do it under the guise of, you know what I'm saying, man, I'm trying to make some unity, but deep down inside, they want to see what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know the energy is in the air and it's tense. And I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen between them two. I hope they make up and get along. And they might just ignore each other. But then you might have one that like to be petty that tries to go out of his way to make sure he lets you know I don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I avoid you in certain ways that it really and truly was unnecessary. I'm still going to try to be nitpicky and try to play like I'm ignoring you.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got nothing for you.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
you can make it obvious sometimes by going overboard, just being overly happy. You know what I'm saying? Just making a point to let people know I ain't speaking to him because I don't like him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that I think petty is in the response of the retaliation. If your response is on some get back, two wrongs don't make it right, but it make it even, then you could be petty.
Mm-hmm.
But if
Wow.
your response is to just say, you know what, man, I'm gonna go ahead and be the bigger person and I'm nipping it in the bud, I'm done with you, you counsel.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't being petty. That's just saying, you know what, that violation is not tolerated. And my principles won't allow for me to let you stay in my presence or much less remain being friends with you.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. Are men petty or women petty? Is everybody just petty? Can we all just get along? Charles, talk to me, brother.
What's up, man? Everybody got some pettiness in them. If it's up to the other person to say it. See, because to be honest, everybody's not petty, but if it's up for the other person to say it, yeah. You know, just like what Rico was saying. It's the get back of how you want to get back and how the person want to take it that wants to call it petty. You know?
Charles, let me ask you this question. Charles, let me ask you this question. Is life based on what happened to you or more or how you react to what happens to you?
I would say both, but what makes life easier or harder is based off of your reactions to things.
Mm-hmm.
Or what makes things happen. I mean, you break your leg, you still gonna limp.
Mm-hmm.
You lose an arm, you still gonna have a problem. But it's how you react to it is what makes it harder or easier. You know, I see people who were had head injury patients who took it in stride, and then I seen people who when I say taking a stride, we're talking about in a wheelchair forever, and kept going, go to work, do everything. And I see people who lose their job or heard of people who lose their job and kill themselves. So it's actually your reaction.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen people who lose their job and go back to work hey, they just lost a 6-figure job, you know, they had to start back over. They do it. And I've seen people making more money or less money and feel like their life is over with.
Wow.
How do you bounce back? To me, you know.
Curtis, what do you say to that? What is life based on? Is it based on, and I like that, Charles. Is it based on what happened to you or how you react to what happened to you? What is it more based on, Charles? Curtis.
I wish y'all were not getting me and him mixed up. But Charles is right. You know, in most cases, you know what I mean?
Your phone is real low, Curtis. Talk directly to your phone, bro. It's real low.
Yeah. Charles is right. In most cases, I can't really say really what it is because I'm like him. I've seen people bounce back from things that even I know that I couldn't. Like if I was in that position, that it would be hard for me to bounce back. You know what I mean? Like it's all. That's one of those things that is very, very individualized. Like you don't know until you put that person. You don't know until you put that person in that situation. It's just like, you know, when you when you're coaching football, right? And you got this kid, he's a quarterback. He has all of this promise. He looks really good. I mean, he checks all the boxes. But you really don't know how effective he's going to be or how good he's going to be until you put him in a situation where he now has to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? And then you find out, okay, he's this or he's that. You know, I've seen guys that in practice they the cream of the crop.
Mm-hmm.
Come game time, it's like a cat just disappears.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, it's not one of those. That's not one of those. That's not one of those specific, like pinpoint specific things, man. It's all about what you see and what's going on. Like that could be anyway, and any. It's like Charles said, man.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Good deal. Mary, what do you say to that? Is it life based on what happens to you, or is it more about how you react to what happens to you, your reaction to it?
I think it's more your reaction to it. I think it's more your reaction to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I usually get them good, long, articulate answers and line it up and it's because of this and you got this duck and then you got this.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh, now we get
there's too many quotes that say that, and I don't know what's happened in people's lives, so I feel like it's how you react to it. I mean,
you think it's more of how you react to it?
I think so.
Wow. Okay. Leonard, talk to me, brother. What do you say it is, Leonard? Is it what happened to you or how you react to what happened to you?
It's a combination of both. You know, it's not, you know, at some point you realize things are not as concrete as you wish they would be.
Mm-hmm.
And how it happens is how you deal with it. The best adjusted people deal with life differently.
Mm-hmm.
We can tell that there's a difference on outcomes based on it.
Mm-hmm.
On how you respond to things, because that's your responsibility.
Yeah.
How you respond to things.
Mm-hmm.
And most likely, if you into some type of really deep therapy or trying to figure something out, you have to judge why you responded a certain way, especially if you did not like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know how some people say, you know, as if they couldn't control it before, so it was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go back and you look at why it was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And then you move on. It's a learning opportunity. Each step is a learning opportunity for me. And one, I can't see why some people always make the wrong decision.
Mm-hmm.
Always. There is something that has
hold
to
on.
be looked at.
There's something in that, you know, because when we say a person make the wrong decisions, how are we to judge what's the right decision for the other person? We may know what's the right decision for us or what we would do in that situation, but we can't very well say that they make the wrong decision.
Yes,
How
you
can we
can.
say that?
Yes, you can. It's based on the outcome. It's the outcome.
Everybody jumped on me with that one. Everybody jumped on me with
You
that
can
one.
look at see somebody who has made horrible decisions. Don't act.
Yeah.
Don't act.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
You can argue with people all you want. What was the desired outcome? Is that what you really wanted to do?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that how you wound up?
Wow.
You know, you sit back and made all the wrong choices, and now you wondering why you at where you at today.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. You see, that what makes people seem insane or seem like something wrong with them or that they crazy.
Boy, let me tell you something. Boy, y'all, I saw about 4 or 5 people jumped on me when I said that one right there. Tucson, good. I know my brother Tucson ain't jump on me. Tucson, I know you got my back, Tucson. Good morning. How you doing this morning? Uh-oh.
I'm all right, man. Good morning.
So Tucson, you can't tell somebody that it's the wrong decision, man. It might be the wrong decision for you, but it might be the right decision for them. How can we tell somebody what's the right or they're making the wrong decision? How can we tell somebody that, Tucson?
It's perception is something.
Mm-hmm.
life's design was for individuals or something too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people got to go through the muck and the mire to get where they're going.
Yeah.
Error
Mm-hmm.
is the process of success. If you don't make no mistakes, you never try.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't trying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got something that I'm working on today. It's my motto for the day: the desire to find resolve.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna get jacked up in that some kind of way. Somebody gonna go off because I have a desire to find resolve. Now they not in my mind, so they got some people gonna book that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna run into some problems and some situations. And I might
Mm-hmm.
fail in the attempt.
Some adversity.
Oh sure. And somebody gonna say you made the wrong choice. For who?
Mm-hmm. And that's my point. That's my point. See, that's my point right there. You back to my point. Wrong the choice for who? Is it because this ball of wax, the ball of clay that I'm not trying to mold it for your life. I'm trying to mold it for my life.
Just because you feel like it's wrong for you doesn't mean that. I feel like you're trying to say like we can't tell people that their choices are wrong. I can.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't,
how though?
Because say you're in a relationship and the person doesn't compromise continuously. Mm-hmm. The person doesn't mind what you have going on. Like, okay, mm-hmm. you always want to go out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, hey, I want you to stay home sometime.
Mm-hmm.
But you always go out. You're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I want you to stay in sometimes. But if I go out all the time,
so you want them to conform to what you want them to be?
I want them to compromise. I want them to compromise. I want them to honor me and compromise with me, mm-hmm. and be loyal to me as much as I'm going to be to them. Mm-hmm. I want them to understand that if you want me to do something, mm-hmm. and I don't want to do it, we can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's something that I can do and it's something that's not going to hurt me, why can't you honor me in that way?
Mm.
I honor you.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't you honor me in that way? I feel like I can tell if I feel like
how can you tell somebody? Let me ask you this question: if you meet somebody in the club, and every time you go to the club, they're there in the club, y'all get into a relationship, and now that y'all in a relationship, you decide I don't want to go to the club no more. Well, you met this person in the club, they want to continue to go to the club.
It happens all the time with strippers.
Oh Lord.
Oh, I meet this stripper. I like her body. I want to take her home. Oh snap! I love this woman. I want you to stop stripping, babe. I don't want people to see your body.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You also, is she wrong for going back to the pole?
No, she not. No, Lord, she not. Jesus. And that's foolish of him. It's foolish of anybody. It's foolish of anybody to have an expectation of someone changing.
Mm-hmm.
That's just foolish.
Mm-hmm.
That defies human behavior.
See, I don't know what side I don't know what side your argument is on right now, Curtis, because I say that is wrong, but Mary made another point about the stripper. So I don't know what side whose side you're on right now. Help me understand.
No, okay. Here's one. First off, Raheem, what you said earlier
mm-hmm.
is complete sense.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get it twisted. You can't expect when you meet someone, you can't expect for them to change.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're giving yourself a false expectation. When you think in terms of any man that meets a woman in a strip club and then expects her to stop stripping is a fool.
Mm-hmm.
That you're a fool. This is a behavior that this lady had before you met her, when you met her, after you met her. Listen, that might not change, but you can't. Like in therapy, like in the counseling, we're taught. Don't you come in this business thinking you're going to change anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not your job.
Mm-hmm.
That is not your job. You don't change nothing. A person does not change until they are prepared to change. You don't change nobody's mind on nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
So Curtis,
When I
now
hear
you got got into this relationship with the stripper girl, and y'all supposed to be going supposed to be serious with each other. You still want her to go to that? You still expect her to go to that club and swing around that pole and have all her jewels out and everything?
I would hope that she wouldn't, but I can't be mad if she choose to do.
So everybody.
That's what she was doing when I met her, Raheem. That's, you know what? That's where man go wrong. This is my own personal opinion. Here's where man truly goes wrong. For some reason, man thinks that once he's involved, that he can transmogrify a given person's wants, needs, and behaviors. And that is the biggest crock of fooey that's ever been installed in the mind. Because even if that happens, and that woman changes, and let's say she not only stopped going to the strip club, she rolled over and turned her life to God and this, that, and the third. All you was as the other person was a catalyst. You didn't change nothing. She changed it. Her and God made a decision that, okay, baby, now it's time for your life to shift in a different direction.
So stop going there showing off your bejewels.
Say that again?
So stop going to the club showing off your bejewels.
Well, what I'm saying is, you as the person have to accept the fact that you don't have as much power as you thought you had.
Yeah. Or you just being selfish because you want to see the bejewels, don't want nobody else to see the bejewels.
That's it, Raheem.
It's too late for that, because if she a stripper, probably every time you go somewhere, now I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. Every time you go somewhere, you get at least 2 or 3 dudes that double take, not because she just that fine, but because they like, man, she look like. I don't have a dude walk up on me and say, man, hey brother, I don't mean no harm, man, but is that pop? Yeah, man.
Hey, I can flip this scenario though. Let me flip this scenario, because I see where Curtis coming from, but there's another side to this. Okay,
selfishness.
Some men are known to be jangling, be well endowed, and the women know about it. And once the women find out about it, all of them want to see if they can handle it. And so they'll find out that this man is a dog. Not only is he a slayer, but he's a dog. But for some reason, you find one that feel like, you know what, man, I don't want nobody else to have this. I want this every night. Ain't nobody ever been able to fulfill me like he have. So they want it all for themselves. And they expect that man, if he says he's going to dedicate himself to that woman, she ain't expecting him to keep on being a slayer. Maybe if he was a porn star, that'd be different. But if he's just a normal guy out here in these streets, she's not going to want him to continue doing that. So she might say, well, you know what? That's your career. That's how you make your money. I got to accept that. But I think women also go through the same thing, because a lot of women go through that issue of not wanting to share a man that they know was community property. Men do the same thing.
Community property.
But
Lord.
I think what the daughter said was so important. She said a key word: cooperation. See, when you care about that person, as the stripper, you got to know that this man came into this strip club, and out of all these fine, glistening bodies he's seen, he liked yours. And not only did he like yours, but he wanted to keep it all to himself so much, to the fact that he put a ring on it. You remember that on Friday? Well, the Friday after next, Pinky went to introducing everybody, but when he got to the last one, he said, it's mine. All mine. You ain't gonna get none of this no more.
I see you.
And she got to understand, as the stripper, baby, this might be in the way that you have been doing this thing, but you special to me. I don't want nobody to see what I got working with. So what I'm gonna do, I might try to provide to you. And if you were stripping for a certain reason, and that reason I could take care of that, so you don't have to strip anymore, let's take care of that.
But see, Rico, what you gotta understand too, though, Rico, let me say that what you got to understand too. What you got to understand too, Rico, is sometimes the lifestyle gets into the person, and not it becomes outside of the money thing. It becomes a lifestyle that they're used to and that they love. It's almost like a drug dealer. You know, a drug dealer, you know, not necessarily they want to continue to sell drugs or whatever, but what it is he become a victim of the lifestyle. And when he become a victim of their lifestyle, he don't want to change.
Yeah, that was the last point I was making. If it gets to a point to where even though he could provide for her the income that she claimed that she was making, or the only reason she was doing it was for that income, and now you see that she still don't want to let it go. What it is she like that atmosphere. She like that environment. She like the allure. And then that's when you have to look at it and second guess yourself, man, because you know there's going to be other men going to come in there just like you. That's going to want it all for themselves. All night.
Exactly. And see, and with the guy situation you're talking about, I'm going to go to Ibrahim. He had his hand up there. I see you, brother. But see, the guy, he was like, man, listen, girl, I understand what you're saying. I'm not going to be no dog no more. I ain't going to be no dog no more. But it's all in him. It's all in him. You know, Ibrahim, what's on your heart, Leonard? I see you over there, brother.
Man, you know what? Back in the day, it's hard being a pimp. I'm telling you.
Oh Lord.
But you know what? One thing I enjoy our conversation because you know it's about the human emotion condition, right? More so than what's going on around us. But you know, one way that you can do something, and one thing I learned: never lie to a woman, right? If she accuse you of something, amplify, embellish. Oh, you been out this woman? Well, I've been out about 20 women. What you talking about? It might be true, you know, but they can say like, what, you know. But if I want to modify the behavior of a lady that's in the pole dancing, right? Obviously, I wouldn't. I like the pole dancing and everything like that. Well, then you know, you go in there and say, damn, you know, our life, we need this, that's another thing. But if you pole dancing, why don't we get with a couple of your friends? You know, you go in there and she built that pole dance, so everybody be hollering about her. There's other girls, she see you sitting over there, right? And then she want to dance you through a couple of dollars, stuff like that, right?
Ibrahim, are you reminiscing, brother?
Look, let me tell you something.
I'm just like you were reminiscing. Like you were reminiscing.
I'm just saying, bro.
You were getting warmed up, man. You were getting warmed up.
I had to stop him, man, because he was going to go somewhere, man. Hold on, brother.
Are you? Look here. Hey, look at man. Hey, you know. So then she gonna determine, right? If this is life she
he ain't gonna stop.
She bring into that life, right? No, but this is modifying, right?
Okay.
Because women do that all the time, right? When you start to do something, she modify, baby, do you really mean that? Are you saying this? You know what I mean, honey? And then you do something right. Oh, love. Oh, I just love you so much. That's modifying behavior. Okay. Women are the masters of modifying your behavior. You know what I mean? So you can do it the same way. If you want to be in this lifestyle, I want to help you in lifestyle. I want to advertise. You want to say, man, look here, man. Why y'all spending on that girl? Look at that girl here. Then you be the other one. Look, baby, I can up your income. You know what I mean? Now, you know.
See now you're going down the pimping aisle. Lord Jesus, Leonard.
But you
hold on, Ibrahim, stay right there, man. You don't give us too much this morning. Hold on, I'm gonna come back to you, brother.
What's up with y'all?
No, ain't nothing up. Hold on right there for a minute. We look, brother, we good. Thank you, brother. Thank you. You we got an A in that class. You taught it well. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother? Help me, brother. Help me.
you know, it's just Raheem, I'm just listening, and it's so interesting to me to do that because it's like watching TV to me. This conversation that y'all talking about, and one, you know, it ain't about nobody else.
Leonard, you ever been a pimp?
What?
Like I said before, it ain't about nobody else. But I have no, and that's why I'm gonna be just being quiet about
it. Okay. You ain't gonna incriminate yourself, huh?
Yeah, I watch suckers live. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Charles, what's on your?
And that sucker gonna always be the mark. You a damn fool if you go into a strip club looking for a woman.
Yeah.
To do anything but what she's selling. I don't have no. Once you make yourself a commodity, that's how I treat you. I'm sorry, I don't have this newfound respect for strippers.
Prostitutes make good wives, though.
I never evolved to that where a stripper gonna sit and go back and forth with me about anything whatsoever. You get naked for money. Don't try my patience. Period.
Wow. Go ahead, Charles. What's on your heart, brother? Talk to me. Are you muted, Charles? Let me see. No, you're not muted. I can't hear you though.
He probably muted on his side.
Yeah. Hit your button, Charles. I can't hear you, brother. Why you get that together and go to Rico? Rico, what's on your heart? I can't hear you, man. Rico, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
I'm right here, man. You know, that's just like I said, man, you know, a person had got to be crazy going out looking for love. You know, but sometimes, man, you know what I'm saying, you think with the wrong body parts. Physical attraction is something else. You know, you never know where you might go looking for entertainment, but you just happen to see that perfect eye candy. That one person that you just be like, man, she don't need to be in here. She is too beautiful. And then you sit down and talk to him. And you find out like, well, dang, she ain't even trying to dance to get no money. You know what I'm saying? She's really intelligent or whatever. You might get the normal whatever because they choosing you. You ain't choosing them, they choosing you. And you see they ain't trying to get your pocket, but they trying to really.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What you gonna do then? That happens. Trust me, I know that happens. Now, it don't mean you gotta wipe them up. You know what I'm saying? You still might entertain it and have fun. You know, ride it till the wheels fall off. That's what I did. But the same thing is that I didn't just miss them. You know what I'm saying? Unless I knew they were coming just for the money. Because sometimes you might meet a woman in there that is in there just for that specific reason. She's just trying to take care of herself, and it's the easiest, quickest way to do it. And she a stallion. Well, I ain't gonna call her a stallion because that's a male horse, but she's something serious. And so she know, okay, I'm in high demand. Men approach me with my clothes on. So I can actually go in here and get this money within about 6 months' time and get up out of here now and not get caught up in the lifestyle. You said something earlier about getting caught up in that lifestyle. So if they don't get caught in that lifestyle and you happen to pull them out of that strip club in 6 months, or they do that 6-month tour and they come out good, you know, you might have a good situation. So it's really hard to just put everything in a box like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I have a mindset about strippers myself. You know, I think everybody at one point in time had a stereotype about strippers before it became popular, acceptable. But now that it's acceptable, you know what I'm saying, you actually somewhat find a lot of people that's involved in that lifestyle that really are some credible people, some qualified people, you know. So I don't know, man. It just really depends. But I think I would sit down and try to communicate, man, cooperate. If I was the stripper, if I was that woman, and I met that man that way and I chose him, but at the same, and he responded, he said, well, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the time of day. I see you serious. And then he wants you to come out that strip club. I would consider that, even if she was doing it beforehand.
Wow. So let me see. I think we have Rosalind with us. Rosalind, good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm coming back to you, Charles.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. Rosalind, I'm gonna ask you a question, and my man, I'm trying to verbalize this thing in a more appropriate way, huh?
Let me ask it.
Ask it.
You can't tell me the question.
No, I ain't gonna tell you the question. You're gonna ask it too. You're gonna be too. No, I ain't gonna tell you. Rosalind, is it a possibility? People say that you cannot turn a garden tool into a housewife. And I'm saying I'm trying to be politically correct the way that I say it. You know what garden tool, what I'm talking about. Do you think that's possible?
Anybody can change. I mean, that's my opinion. Yeah, anybody could change. I mean, your past is your past.
If you met a woman in a strip, if you met a woman in a strip club and that's how she provide for herself, make her living, should you expect for her to be a good wife to you and leave that club? We got to
from a man perspective,
yes.
I mean, my opinion, I couldn't do it. That's just me because of, you know, you have to think about what you're doing at night. Like, you're showing your entire body to other men. that's kind of out of, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it. I mean, you have people that do. I mean, that's their business, but I could not do it because I'm very jealous. So if my husband was a stripper, I wouldn't allow him to be a stripper.
Hold on now. Hold on. You said allow. How do you allow a grown individual to do something because they got their own mindset, they got their own whatever they want to do? You can't. I was with you until you used that word allow.
Do you allow cheating?
No.
Okay.
No.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Was that your daughter?
Yeah. She be hitting me, man.
You allow,
she be hitting me, man. She be hitting me hard, bro.
She be hitting me hard. We're gonna be on one accord. So first of all, we're gonna sit down and have a talk about it. And if we can't come to an agreement, then it's gonna be a problem. So no, I wouldn't allow him to be a stripper because I feel like he's opening up access to bring in other people, like other women. That's just my take. It's like you're opening up doors to conflict, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because there's other ways that we can make money. That's just my opinion. There's 1,000 other ways that we can bring in income.
Okay.
Unless they don't. Unless they don't. And they just going off looks and body. You know, some people ain't got nothing going for them but they look. I mean, we know some.
Yeah.
I know a lot of pretty dumb broads.
But their mindset gonna have to match up.
No. Their mind is set. Their mind is set on being dummies. Their mind is set on being dummies. But that's I'm just yes.
Let me throw this in real quick before I forget, though, man. You know, I said something a second ago about people loving sensationalism, and that's the reason why the reality shows succeed and why some people like to bring opposites together to see what's gonna happen because they like that entertainment, that sensationalism. But the movie Players Club, prime example. Everybody remembers all the funny and exciting things about that movie, but they forget Lisa Ray's role. She wasn't that typical stripper. She was one that you could take home to mama. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, out of all of those strippers in that club, she was the one that still did something totally different. She said she made the money, she didn't let the money make her.
Yeah.
So now imagine a good man running across a Lisa Ray type. They're just using that as an option. And saying, you know what, you ain't nothing but a dirty stripper.
Hey, Rico. Now,
I'll buy it.
Rico. Now, look at here. Now, you know it didn't hurt that Lisa Ray was eye candy too. Now that didn't hurt.
It hurt at all.
Oh yeah, and see, that's automatic. That's the first appeal. But see, the fact that she was a stripper could have made somebody say, "I'm gonna dismiss her."
Good deal.
You know, because like I said, we just listened to a few people say, "Well, hey, she's a stripper. Oh, that's a no." But look what would have got by had you just went by the fact that she was a stripper and you just said, "Well, you know what? I just want to knock that off. I don't want to make that wife material."
Yeah,
but she was wife material.
You know,
hold on right there. Let me. I go back to Tucson because he didn't finish his thought earlier and we kind of cut him off. Tucson, what's on your heart, brother?
I'm gonna go back to what I said. The desire to find results. Did you have the conversation with the pole dancer?
How we get stuck on the pole dance?
Yeah. Because if you want something, then there's a way to get it. You just got to go through the process. But if you never have the conversation, then that's the start of it. Okay, so now we start the conversation, and I tell you something, and you start talking. Wait a minute, huh? You're not listening. You're talking. You can't listen. Can you talk and listen? You sure you can, but there'll be a distraction, and most of the distraction is yours because you're talking.
Wow.
If I meet somebody
in the strip club,
suppose there's a lie when you say that you can't make a housewife out of a what?
A garden tool.
Oh, excuse me. They got some.
Yeah.
Hey, Hey.
Go ahead, Ibrahim.
Oh yeah, but you know
hold on. Tucson, did you finish, brother?
No, I'm done. Yeah,
Okay.
Good. Y'all knock yourself out.
Okay. Hey, thank you, Tucson. I think that we're not being honest with ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go into a strip bar,
mm-hmm.
would you like your daughter or your wife to go into a male strip bar, right? Or a woman strip bar? You see a lot of women in strip bar. Let's get it straight, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if I go in a nightclub to meet a woman, I want her to be my wife or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Do you want your wife to go in a nightclub to meet somebody? Are you so insecure that you cannot deal with it the way it is, like the way you found things? You can modify behavior. Mm-hmm. You can work with it. You know what I mean? You know what you want. Be honest with yourself. Mm-hmm. Why in the hell was I in there? Hey. You know what I mean? Sorry. I went in there to see some beautiful women, butt naked women, right? You know, and I saw a woman. But just be real. I'll be real. Be honest. Man. I'm playing.
Come on, be honest, brother.
I'm on. And I go in there and see this, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going in there for that eye candy. I'm going in for that arousal. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? Attraction is arousable, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And I see the one that and everybody else like, and then I want to take that away, and then they say, "Well, I don't want no man to look at her."
Ibrahim, you scared me, brother. Ibrahim, you scared me, brother.
But that's how I got involved.
Ibrahim, you scared me,
that
brother.
would help my arousal. All the other guys like, yeah.
Oh Lord.
And I went out. You know, it's a competition. I went out over everybody else. All the guys that think look better than me got more money than I got, and I went out. And all of a sudden, I want to pull it back and hold it. Look here. Mm-hmm. You know, you gotta be honest with you. See, two people you don't lie to the creator and you
get all your money. We're gonna get all your money.
Hey, that's the game. That's the game, right?
But do you play the game to win or lose, brother? I just want to know.
I had two wives, right? My first wife, I met her in the masjid. You see what I'm saying? I'm married to her 18 years, right? Mm-hmm. You know, she had 3 sons when I met her. You know what I mean? She had 3 sons when I left her. And we had a daughter. I waited till she reached the age of almost majority before we got a divorce, right? But we didn't get along. We loved each other a lot. We didn't get along, right? My second wife, right? I met at a club. We've been together almost 20 years. We've been married about 15 years, right? Go figure. My first wife, I knew her for about less than a month before we got married. 2 months. We met in March. We got married in June. You know, my second wife, we met in 2003. We didn't get married in 2008. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we lived together just a short period of time. So it is what it is, right? You never know what woman's going to suit you and how you're going to be, right? Does she like going out to bars all the time? No. She's a homebody. I be trying to
bodyguard.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I be trying to get her go out. Let's go travel.
Yeah.
Let's go
you following her. She following you.
Yeah. You know, that's where I went.
Here's your phone, Charles.
I went there and I was just, having a time. I was going through my divorce, right? And I see her, over in the corner. Everybody got her, and she like pushing him away.
Ibrahim,
like she smiled.
Special.
Ibrahim.
I went in, right?
Ibrahim. Lord Jesus, Ibrahim, can you hear me, brother? Go look at it. You way over your 3 minutes, brother. You paint a picture, and ain't no telling where you about to go, brother. Ain't no telling where you about to go. Ibrahim, hold on.
In the middle of the man talk.
Hold on. Huh?
In the middle of that man talk. You know how when men get together and they start sharing little secrets. Yeah. In the middle of that man talk, man.
I'm like, Lord, Ibrahim, where you going, brother?
He need to wait for the barbershop for this talk. That's a barbershop talk.
Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you something. When they get in there,
I got a question.
What's your question, Mary?
This is one left, and I got a question.
Okay,
so there's women here too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Would y'all support y'all's children being strippers?
No.
Why is that?
No, because I think it's an unsavory profession.
Good.
I don't trust people that take their clothes off for money.
No,
I would.
Oh Lord, Ibrahim, hold on, Ibrahim. Please don't say nothing, Ibrahim. Don't say nothing, brother. Please.
Can I say something? Please, can I say something?
Go ahead, Tucson.
Please,
Lord Jesus.
Please, can I say something?
Go ahead, brother.
Let me say something. I'm just saying, and I understand, but you can't.
This is way out Wednesday.
You can, but you should. I don't think in this society there are people that do things to overcome their situation.
Mm.
Unfortunately, some things are not pleasurable to some people.
Mm.
And if I was poor and my family was poor and I couldn't get no help, there was an avenue to help me to overcome, even in my mind, in a temporary situation, so that I can become a doctor or a lawyer. And my avenue was stripping. Does that taint my character? I'm just asking for a friend.
Well, you tell your friend I said.
No, it's a good point though, because you brought up Lisa. You brought up Lisa Ray.
In my opinion, yes.
Same thing.
Yes, same thing. Yeah.
She's decided to strip to pay for her school because her father wouldn't pay for it.
Okay, but my thing is, and that's true. I can understand exactly where you all are going, but still, he asked, does that taint her character? Is that what was that your question, Tucson?
Yes, sir.
I don't think so.
I think it put a huge asterisk beside it. How about that?
I don't think so, because it's like
why?
Right.
Because you'll do it again.
There you go.
Why you say that?
Because once presented with that same crossroads, that's the way you're going to go.
You know, we wouldn't have active.
So now, let me ask a question for a friend.
Your friend got a lot of questions.
5 years, yes, you do. 5 years down the line, now I have my degree, and I got my license to practice.
Let me ask you this question. Let me step.
I want to hear.
Okay. Mary says you want to hear. Go ahead, Tucson.
No, and now I've done what I tried to accomplish, and I don't have to look for nobody to give me nothing. I don't have to, because now I've put in the necessary applications to resolve my poverty level. And
but see, my only thing with that,
Tucson, is this desk. What I'm gonna do? Creep at night just to be a stripper when I don't have to?
But see, my thing is this right here, and I'm walking with Leonard with this one right here, because my thing is, if you become a doctor and you complete everything, now you're a doctor. What's gonna happen to you when adversity come along, and malpractice or whatever, you run into a rough time, and they say, well, you can't. You have to take a time off because you did something wrong or whatever the case, and you're not able to practice. What are you going to turn back to?
Let me ask you this. Do you mind if I step in?
Yo, go ahead.
No, I was asking, was he done with it?
Yeah, he done.
Given everything that's happened to me in my career, would you want Gorgeous and Jean to go to the military?
No.
Okay, and you know why I went to the military? I didn't want to go to college. I have to now because I wanna go gold, but given that's the same thing. It's the same situation. I have stripper friends and they have not gone through the things I've gone through. So it's like you can say that tarnishes your character, but it's like the only reason I'm looked at with some type of respect is because I enlisted. Like what? That doesn't make sense.
But see, I think.
No,
Lord.
I ain't gonna say.
Let me interject.
I mean, Dr. Parker, but look, what I want to follow up with, right? She's making a very valid.
Okay, your volume is very low. Ibrahim, your volume is low. Turn your volume up a little bit, brother. Your volume is low.
Your daughter's making a very valid point.
I come to you, Curtis.
And so, but it's our opinion about it. You ask a question. If my daughter was a pole dancer, we paid at Barbizon. We get our daughter through modeling school, through acting school and everything, and she went out and acted a fool. And she sings and dances and stuff like that, but she still never captured it. But I would support that. And you see all these girls in these different roles now, and they be entertaining. That don't make them who we see they are, think they are.
How would you feel? How would you feel, Ibrahim? Let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
How would you feel? And Ibrahim, I'm not. I don't want to be I don't want to assume here, but my thing is this right here. If you were the kind of fella that went to a strip club, and I don't know whether you are or not, I'm not gonna assume one way or another. But
it's been a minute.
Lord Jesus. I
Hey,
didn't want
I'm
to
being
ask.
honest. Well,
Okay.
y'all ain't
But
gonna be
listen,
honest.
if you were to go into that strip club and you didn't know what your daughter did, you know, you didn't know what she did after hours, and you went into the strip club, you go in there, you know, you want to, like you said, see the eye candy and blah, blah, blah. And coming to the stage, here comes Luscious Linda. And you say, oh, I want to see this right here. And the person come out there on the stage, and you look, and that's your daughter. How would you feel about that?
Well,
Jake,
after I get those shot, I cut in the back, and then I critique her about, is she doing certain things right? Is she getting the most money out of what she's doing, right? Does she enjoy it? I'll ask her a question. Are you enjoying this? How do you feel? Do you feel loved? Do you feel happy about this, right? How much you taking serious, you know? I sit down and have a daddy-daughter conversation with her, just like she did when she first reached her puberty, right? You know, she told me about it. She was so glad about it. My mother told her, watch out for boys. I said, watch out for boys, girls, but the most important person is yourself. You know, that's what I told her as a father, right? So I would have the same conversation. If she's enjoying herself, she's making the money she want to make, she's being the best she can be in her career, you know what I mean? I'm going to lay back. I'm going to walk out the door.
Like Eddie Murphy. I'm going to be like Eddie Murphy. Oh, man, I don't even want no jello after seeing what I just seen. I'm going home, man. I'm going home.
And I would walk out the door and respect her, right? If she respects me, you know, I would respect her, right, in her privacy, right? Let her live her life. I won't go back to that bar no more unless she's not there. If I'm going there anyway, right?
So it's okay if you so basically what you're saying, it's okay if you look at other people's daughters but not your own. Don't answer that, brother. Don't answer that, brother.
You know what? You know what, Ryan? You know what?
Yeah.
Let me say this. You know what we're getting right now is a classic case of man judging and finding fault in others and not finding fault in himself. Because first and foremost, there should be the question of, I shouldn't have my black butt here anyway.
Come on. Yes, exactly. You're gonna look at other people's daughters in the bucket naked.
Let me say something, man. Let me say something.
Hold on. Let everybody finish. Yeah. What? Go ahead, Charles.
It's about standards, man, to me. You understand? Everybody have a standard of what they want their child to be or what they want their daughter to be. And it's not whether if I go into the strip club or not, it's still the standards that I want my child to be. Are you telling me that it's the only way that I don't have I have a stepdaughter. I got, I don't even like calling her stepdaughter, but she couldn't do it because she's been taught that you got too many other attributes other than your body. I mean, because one thing about reverting back, people revert back to the easy thing, man. Listen, man, let me tell you something that's funny now. I mean, it's not funny, but it's crazy. When I got out of prison, I didn't go to prison for like drug dealing or anything like that, which it's the difference. But when you learn when you sit in there and you hear all these guys coming back to prison, and they go out and they have these plans A and B. And with these plans, like these plans A and B might fail and they don't have a plan C. They will revert back to going to what was easier for them to make money. How do I understand this? Because when I got out, I'm in the medical field at times. So I got out and it was kind of hard for me to get back into the medical field. And I was thinking, man, I understand why these brothers go back into, and when I say black and white people, go back into dealing drugs. Because if so many doors are shut in front of you, they revert back to what they know instead of hustling harder for what they don't know. So what I did too, I just hustled harder. I went and did jobs that I didn't like doing, but I did that until I can get back into the medical field. You understand? But not all, but most humans do revert back to the easier thing. So if a woman did that, like what Leonard said, if a woman found herself stripping or found herself in a position that she had to strip, when the scenario came back years later, if she still have the body, because she ain't going back at 50 or 60 unless she super bad or she going over to the Claremont Lounge, what I heard about that place. But anyway, I ain't getting like Ibrahim. But no, but seriously, I wouldn't want that.
Yeah,
oh God. Hey, you know what? Hey, man. Hey, hold on, Ibrahim. You done had 30 minutes, man.
Where my mute button at? Where my mute button at for Ibrahim?
And you know what? I forgot today's date. I was one until y'all started talking. I said, okay, it's Wednesday. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
My son, Ray, he didn't want to go into college. He could have went to college. He wanted to go into the military. For whatever reason it was, he went into the military. He come out of the military 6 years later.
Wow.
6 years later. Are y'all not hearing me?
We can hear you, but Ibrahim just want to interject. I'm gonna find my mute button on Ibrahim.
I thought I'll cut off or something. 6 years later, he get out the military. He don't owe any college. He don't owe anybody. But he gets his first job. He doesn't get a job off with less than 6 figures.
Yeah.
And that's no college. So his choice was a good choice. It wasn't a choice that to say, Dad, I'm going to be a male stripper. You know?
Yeah.
And it might be a different avenue. I know, because you know how men are, you know how we are as the society. Is a male stripper different than being a female stripper? You don't want your daughter to be put in situations. That's why you don't let your daughter go out late at night at certain times by herself, but you'll let your son go out late at night by himself. You know, things like that. But that's society. But you get what I'm saying on that. It's if you will revert back. So I'm agreeing with you and Leonard on people do revert back to things if they could do it. Like I said, I mean, you ain't going back at 60 or you ain't going back at 50 doing those things, but a drug dealer does revert back to those things.
You mean you stopped drinking? You stopped drinking, Earl? Yeah. I stopped drinking. No, man, you stopped drinking because you live in a dry county now. They ain't got no liquor. That's the only reason you stopped drinking. You ain't stopped because you wanted to.
And that's why they call alcoholics say, I'm always gonna be alcoholic. And that's why they always do the 12-step program, because they feel they always gonna be that.
Okay. Stay right there for me, Charles. Jay, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good day, everyone. Good day. And Way Out Wednesday is in full effect. I've been listening since the start of the show. You guys are off the hook today. I'm just listening. I'm enjoying myself today.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's Way Out Wednesday, brother. Hey, I tell everybody we ain't got no topic on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Come prepared. Come prepared.
But at the same time, I'm thinking about my daughter. I have a 21-year-old daughter. My oldest is 21. I would lose my mind if she told me she wouldn't be a stripper. Now I support my kids. If I have a son who's gay, I support it. I don't have. If they are strippers, I have 3 daughters. None of them told me they were. If they told me, I would be devastated. I would support them, but I would be devastated only because I've raised them better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with what the gentleman said earlier, having standards. Even though I'm not dad in the house all the time and you're not with me all the time, you know daddy has standards. I can talk to you a certain way and you know daddy means business. So I definitely don't agree with the, if I met a stripper, would I want her not to be a stripper after I met her? No, because I met her doing that. How can I renege, or how can I renege on how I met you? Now I want you to change because I don't want everybody else to see you, but I saw you when everybody else was seeing you.
Yeah, exactly. Rico, talk to me, brother. This is Way Out Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think most people would go that route, but deep down inside, the genuine side of them will not want them to do that. They might be too proud to say to her, I wish you would stop. For that main reason. I met her when she was in there, so I just can't tell her to stop. But maybe she's waiting on you to tell her. Maybe she's telling her girlfriend, baby, as soon as my man tell me he want me to come up out of here, man, I am coming up out of here. Now somebody gonna come back and say, well, she can make that decision on her own, but maybe she just like that money. But at the same time, if he asked her, she could sacrifice that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it depends, man. But that was the reason why I bought up Players Club, because of what Dawn said.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there are women. I know of women that went and did that for 6 months. Right now, you can go on TikTok and Instagram and find motivational speakers, man, that fine as all outdoors, man. Got buku money. Got a load of followers, helping a lot of people, businesses out the butt. And they used to get down in that club. They used to exotic dance. They changed the name. See, we live in a microwave society now. And I think I mentioned earlier, at one time in the past, stripping used to be considered, you know, something negative.
Yeah.
People used to look down on strippers. There's a lot of stuff we used to look down on that's acceptable now. But then when you make it profitable, when it becomes a way to make money, an option, now it's acceptable. So now you have certain women that probably would never have gone to stripping, very comfortable with their body, actually has a game plan. They say, well, you know what? I know I could go in here and make $150,000, $200,000 in 6 months. I'm going to do this thing for 6 months and I'm going to invest it and then I'm going to go into real estate. You know how many of these bad real estate agents out here used to be strippers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tough ones. The ones that you're looking at right now, some of these sports agents that was dancing their way through college. You know what I mean? So I think that was the main reason. I ain't gonna say the main reason because Ice Cube made that movie Players Club for a lot of reasons. But all of the entertainment factors and the sensationalism is what made Lisa Ray's part get overlooked. And so that part, it got lost in the whole mix when really and truly he was trying to explain to you, wait a minute, don't judge all these women. But we missed that.
Yeah.
Because all the other stuff was so fun and exciting that you forget about the fact that Lisa Ray was a good, wholesome girl. And when she was up in that dancing that first night, she was looking at her environment like, man, what's wrong with the rest of these women? I ain't gonna do that. And when she was talking to her tricks, the ones that her customers, she was giving them legitimate conversation. So, I mean, you know, I'm with Donald on that, man. You know, it's easy to put everybody in the box, everything in the box and just say, well, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't agree with it. Some of these people have some very upstanding character. It's just that these days and times, this microwave convenient society, if it makes dollars, it makes sense.
Exactly.
But now, I would say this. I don't have any daughters. If I did have a daughter, I wouldn't want her to strip. But if I had to have a choice, make a choice, and I ain't saying this because of what Jay already made the comment on the post earlier. If I had a choice, I would rather have a daughter dancing than a son living a gay lifestyle.
Wow.
And a lot of us accept that. So if you can accept a son living a gay lifestyle and ain't gonna bring no more children into this world, oh man, it might be a little bit easier for you to accept a daughter dancing too, because she might be just trying to pay her way through college. She might be trying to set up an investment for a big business that might end up paying off for everybody.
Good deal.
And then in
right
20 years,
there.
she dang nobody gonna remember she was a stripper unless she tell them. And
Exactly.
they still ain't gonna hold it against them.
Okay. Hold right there. Hold right there. I got another caller. Let me go to my caller. Got a caller from the 404 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's them other numbers? 404. What was that? Because it might be me. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. I might just want to strip because I want to strip. What's up then?
Uh-oh.
It ain't you up there. What the difference is? People get on my nerves. I ain't getting mad at what somebody else doing. That's their life. It doesn't make a difference. You know, I mean, my thing is this. You're going to get mad at the daughter stripping, but you go to the strip club? Mama and daddy was up at the strip club before daughters came. Now they mad. No. You know, I think that we take things a little bit too literally, right? We rather encourage our kids to be a drug dealer, to be a murderer, to not take care of their children, or take care if he get with it, or he or she get with a woman or a man that got kids. Don't do this, that, and the third. But as soon as you want to strip, sometimes it's a little bit more okay. I just think that we don't keep us distracted too much with somebody else got going on.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question. If and we talking about a stripping, and that's just one element. What if they were a drug dealer? What if they were I see Amir got a hand up. What if they were what if they robbed banks or something like that? Will we look at it any differently? Because we wouldn't. The strip is something that's out there in the open. It's an open. You go to the strip club, you'll see them, but you won't see a lot of the other elements, a lot of the other avenues of employment. I was trying to think.
You'll see their mugshot.
But what if it was a Crip or Blood?
Yeah,
a gang member.
Exactly. Would that make a difference?
That's my point. That's my point. Some people, that's their lifestyle. Drug dealers raise drug dealers. Strippers raise strippers 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? But it depends on what side you're on, right? Like, so I was the auntie coming up, right? And I did some things, but I let my nieces and nephews know that's enough. I'm a kid. Go on ahead. We don't rape. We don't steal. We don't rob. We don't join gangs. Yeah, I had all them conversations with my so-called kids. And that's just from my auntie aspect. And ain't none of them in jail because I let them know for real, you ain't got to worry about the police. I'm going to get you. So again, it depends on where you're coming from in your heart. Most people are going to allow some things, but there's always a double standard, right? Always a double standard. So you might be okay, well, like Rico said, having your child be gay, but then you got a problem with the crackhead. I don't get it.
Wow. Mary, yeah, and there's so many different, it's a lot of different layers on this. We're talking about this morning. Lynn, I'm coming to you, but Mary, you have a question?
I have a question for Donald.
Oh, Donna, I think Donna, he hung up. He's actually at work. Tucson, I know you're listening, brother. My daughter got a call for you. Call back in, brother. My daughter
I'll answer her question.
How you gonna answer a question? You got a question for somebody else. How you gonna answer the question? So how you gonna answer somebody else?
Because it's way out Wednesday. That's why. It's way out Wednesday. That's why. Wow.
Wow.
My
Lord.
I wanted to ask men because I feel like men would be more hurt about it because the wife is usually in the wedding.
Okay.
If your daughter decided to like not talk to you anymore because her husband to be does not like you. So she gets married. She invites everybody to the wedding. Her mom comes to the wedding, but you cannot come because the husband does not like you. What would you do in that situation? Because I mean, you have to respect it, but it's like, would you never try to reach out to your daughter again if she was like, listen, my husband don't like you, I don't want to talk to you no more, don't want to fool with you no more, but mommy's coming to the wedding?
I shoot him.
And if she had her mom
I call OJ Simpson.
I shoot.
That's right.
I call OJ Simpson.
Would you be okay?
Say don't touch the girl.
Would you be upset if she had her mom walk her down the aisle instead of you?
I shoot him.
No,
you can't shoot everybody, man.
I shoot him.
I'm saying
I would be upset though. I'd be upset.
If I was like, my husband don't want you in the wedding, so I want mommy to walk me down the aisle, you'd be mad.
Yeah,
I'd be mad.
As a father, I would be very. Not only would I be angry, not only would all my anger be towards him, it would also be towards my daughter because my daughter know what I poured into her whole life, and to get to and to get to a point where you're gonna have this milestone in your life, and you're gonna say because of somebody that you met after I got you to a certain point, it has more precedence over me. And I know, and I know too that it says when you're married, you become a new family and blah blah. All that's fine, that's good, but you can't just negate everything that the father did in your life if he was in your life. If he was in your life.
Most abusers.
Because if you talk to
themselves, just throwing it out there.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I just had to unmute myself. I mean, this is a great point. I would be hurt. At the same time, like I said again, none of my children live in my household. My birth children. But I have other children. But all of them know me. All of them I talk to. I try to talk to them on a regular basis. None of them live in the same state. None of my children live in the same state I live in. None of them live in Philadelphia. So I'll fly to my kids. I'll catch a train. It don't matter. Whatever they need, I'm there for them. But they always hear me. I talk to my kids at least once, twice a week. All of them. And I have 7. But the whole scenario that your daughter was just talking about, that's a rough one, man. Like again, the Bible says you're supposed to leave your mother and your father and cleave to your wife. Same thing with your husband. But you're also supposed to honor and respect your parents, so that your days may be long upon the earth. So that's a tough one right there. I don't know how to answer that question.
I know how to answer the question. I shoot him.
Was Charles finished?
That's murder. So either way, you're wrong.
I would be hurt.
Murder was the case that they gave me.
Okay, Tupac. I would be hurt.
Murder
I don't have
Go ahead.
I got even with my stepdaughter, I'd be hurt. But I guess it is a two-sided thing, because with my sons, I wouldn't. And that's the reason. And I didn't get a stepdaughter till like late in life. And I just like a girl that she's just my heart now. But I prayed, like, as natural kids, I prayed that I didn't want any girl. and I had 3 boys, and I didn't want any girl because I guess I know the attachment of a girl and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a boy and an eagle, like a man eagle, I kick you out the nest, you fly or you die.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do that with a girl. Just like my I've been married twice, like my wives do with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
They're attached to her, meaning they can go and get in trouble or do well, they don't get in trouble. But if anything happened, she'll drive across 3 states to go get them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saying, hey man, you a man.
So,
you better find your way. Because
so
I had to
Charles, you
find
say
mine. So I would be different
she'll drive
with a
across
woman.
3 states. She'll drive across 3 states to get them. Charles?
Yeah, but I wouldn't drive across the town. Yeah.
But so basically, if they 4 states away, they're in trouble. If you 4 states away,
would you help them? What if she came back a couple years later and was like, I need you to help me divorce him?
Yeah. It's a wrap. He done. He gone.
He
done.
But she's gonna hear it. She's gonna hear it. She's gonna hear it.
Would you repair that relationship with her before you divorce? Before you help her divorce him, would you be like, well, we gotta get right first, or would you just help her and then?
No. He gone. He history.
I have to help her first, but she have to repair the relationship. I don't have to repair that. She has to.
Because my thing is this right here. My thing is this right here. We got a couple of people on the phone. I don't want to get to the phone calls as well. But my thing is this right here. To have someone to come along and you say because he don't if he don't like me, what did I do to make you not like me? First of all, what are you basing this on?
What
are you basing this whole situation?
What if you knew why he don't? What if you knew that y'all did not have like mindsets?
Okay, then my whole situation. I'm gonna be talking against him. I'm just being honest with you. I'm gonna be talking against him the whole time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be talking against him, and hopefully it's not gonna get to a point where y'all about to be get ready to get married or something like that because you done saw the light. This pole cat ain't hitting on nothing.
Yeah,
I had it right.
Hey.
Did you say polecat?
Polecat. This polecat ain't hitting on nothing.
Hey, I got
come on now. Hold on, Ibrahim. Ibrahim. Hold on, Ibrahim.
I'm done, man.
Go ahead, Leonard.
I ain't gotta bless nobody I don't want to.
This dude said polecat. He said polecat.
I ain't gotta bless nobody I don't want to. I ain't got to listen to nobody. And guess what? Your mama not gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, your mama not gonna be there.
Mm-hmm. So she ain't coming. If you can't go, she ain't going.
No, it ain't nothing about can't go.
Mm-hmm.
She on my side.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be in a situation like I'll leave you in a situation like the prodigal son.
Yeah, that be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's point blank. I'm not gonna support decisions I don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not that type of cat. You gonna marry a guy that don't want you to celebrate that moment. It's my right to walk you down the aisle as your father.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I've been your father.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I've been there for you.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm the one that has always done for you and that you could count and depend on. It's the same reason why I didn't want a little girl. Because I'm not going to be practical about it. I don't care what no other woman says.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no other woman my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I am my daughter's protector. And I'm supposed to protect her from all evil. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So she's probably not going to be with that guy.
I'm gonna shoot him.
So they can't come to nothing. They can't come to nothing. They ain't never welcome at my house.
Leonard. All just saying, Leonard, I'm gonna shoot him. Like I said, I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him.
I'm just saying, it's not gonna work for me. And women, and women have great arguments. Mm-hmm. Women have great arguments or what have you, but then at the end, you wish you would have still been with your daddy. Because see, that love you got for that guy or whatever, that's conditional.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy love you.
I'm gonna still love you, but you're gonna learn a lesson about crossing me. I tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
What about if she? Okay, let's say because you only can have a few people in the delivery room, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she doesn't want you there,
I want to be there.
I don't have to know. I
wouldn't want to be there anyway.
That's between her and her husband.
So that's okay, her not wanting you to be at the delivery, but it's not okay for her not to want you to participate in the wedding.
I'm not in your life anymore.
That's I think that's different. I think that's different level. That's different level. I want to be there too. You know, I don't want to be right there where I'm gonna see, you know, all this stuff that I don't want to see all the stuff that's going on.
No,
but
I'm saying
I want to be in the room. You know,
you want to be in the room, or
Yeah.
do you want to be in the waiting area to see the baby later? You know what I mean?
Waiting area.
Probably the waiting area. Yeah, you know, like I said, that's why I just say that's why I don't want to be in there where I'm gonna see all the. I don't want to see all that now. No.
So she didn't want you involved at all.
No.
What if she was like, "I'm gonna bring the baby to your house after"? Is that okay?
No, I'm gonna be at the hospital.
Okay.
I'm gonna be at when the baby comes out and the baby
Most
delivers,
definitely.
I'm gonna be right there at the hospital. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna be some of the first eyes that baby see.
By hook or crook.
That's right. That's right. And if he got a problem with that, I'm gonna shoot him. That's all. I'm gonna shoot him. I'm just saying. I don't care about shooting nobody. I shot him before. I shoot him again.
Don't hurt nobody, man.
Where's the tea? I want to hear.
You shot him before.
There is just no, for me.
Hold on.
For me, because I have a situation sort of like that, but it's not to that extreme. However, I'm still the same person in these situations. So I can honestly tell you, your relationship with me is going to be very estranged. Very, because if you don't trust my judgment, I don't trust you.
Wow.
What if you're wrong?
Well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Then you have every reason not to trust me. Then.
Okay.
I'm never wrong.
Hold on. Let me go.
I'm dead.
Man, cut that mess out. Let me go to my phone. I got quite a few people that's on the phone line. Badger, I think we have Badger with us. Badger, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
What's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
Man, I heard that question. I was like, man, I gotta call now. To me, if she's happy, that's what's important.
So you don't care whether she wants you to walk her down the aisle or want you at the wedding or anything. That doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, what would happen if it was the other way around?
Meaning,
if the woman didn't want her husband to be around her dad or his mom, is that acceptable?
I see both ways as evil and very manipulative. Yeah, exactly. Manipulative. Yeah.
So my dad is very hermit-like. He's always been that way. He doesn't really. He goes to work and he comes home. He might go fishing and that's about it. He's always been that way. So when my stepmom, when they decided to get married, she knew he doesn't really socialize, but he doesn't keep her from them. So if the husband doesn't keep her from y'all, as far as like just no interaction whatsoever, he just doesn't want to be around y'all, is that okay?
No.
Well,
see,
why is it?
That's fine. That's
like,
fine.
I don't understand why. Okay, I would love to be a part of everything my children go through. Like you've never missed a beat with me. Yeah. I've called you. You've come overnight to come to a surgeries for me.
Exactly.
You've and you've never skipped a beat for me, and I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
However, I feel like as a parent, why are you entitled to those things? Because like I feel like a parent's job is to teach your child to be independent and to make their own choices. Why would I be hurt about your choices?
My thing is this right here. My thing. You told you with a T. What? Told you with a T. She got something to say to you. I told you with a T. Got something to say to you.
I'm saying because naturally it's like mommy, would you want mommy to honor your opinion, or would you want mommy to honor her dad's opinion? You know what I'm saying? Like as a husband.
But my thing is this right here. If any man come into your life, he have to come into your life, understand the fact that you do have a family, and he have to respect that family structure that you're in. And if he's doing anything against or outside of that, then he's disrespecting the whole family structure that you've been raised in your whole life. Me being your dad, he should understand and respect the fact that I do as your father. Now he's going to be your husband at some point, or whoever it is going to be your husband at some point. But I'm regardless of whether y'all get married, y'all stay married 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, y'all get married. And through the course of that, I'm still your father.
And fathers are protectors.
No.
I'm still
Okay, hold on.
hold on. No. I'm still your father. And because of the fact that I'm still your father, I still have certain responsibilities in your life. Even with him as your husband, I still got certain responsibilities in your life. Exactly. If y'all going through a traumatic situation or y'all need something or things are going on, you can't turn to him. You're gonna turn to your father. You're gonna turn to your father. You'll call and you're gonna talk to me as your father, and I'm gonna help you through that situation. He's still your husband, but I'm always your father.
I feel like you're getting real passionate about this, and I want you to understand that that's not where I'm at.
Oh, I already know. I know. Yeah, I know that.
I just want to know because I saw the questions from because I'm on YouTube a lot, and this woman, she said she doesn't talk to her parents because her father's a narcissist, and she was her father's scapegoat.
See,
so that's where I'm coming from. Like, I just want to ask in general.
Yeah. See that what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. I'm going to go to Toya because she has something on her heart as well. But that's different because, like I said, if he don't have a reason, now there's a reason there, and there's certain elements there that's unhealthy. That's unhealthy.
I agree with what y'all saying. I mean, I feel like even if there's a reason, my family is my family.
Can I make one more comment real quick?
Hold on, let me go to Toya and then I'll come back to you. Go ahead, Toya with a T.
Well, being a woman that's been in abusive relationships, you got to look at certain characteristics, right? So real quick story, Joyce Meyer's father abused her. Okay, so I can see why you don't want that kind of dad to do that. But that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a father that does his job, that's there, that has good things going on. Like you said, you put time and effort into your daughter, so you finna kill him. That kind of parent, if someone is trying to say, I don't want you to be around your father, that's an abuse technique. An abuser always want to get you isolated by yourself, without your family, without your friends. And most women fall into this category because they forfeit everything from their parents because this so-called religion got them thinking they got to be with their man. But then when a man gets you in his prowl by yourself with no family or nothing, people just get different. That was just something I was told when I was older. Never tell a man that you don't get along with your parents. You ain't got no place to go. Certain things you just don't do with a man, whether it's your husband or not. So under them circumstances, men and women, I think if someone comes to tell you that they don't want a close family member, I'm an auntie and I'm coming, period. You don't got no choice with me. You mine. You're my blood. So my nieces and nephews already know no matter where they go, I'm coming for them, no matter what's going on. But if someone is telling you to not be with your dad, you better look at that, and you better look at that closely. Now, if the family members are abusive, they beating on you, they touched you, they take your money, they manipulate you, then that's understandable. But still, most people still have a soft spot for parents, even when they're wrong. So you just look real closely if someone is telling you they don't want you to be with your dad or your mom, especially at close events. That may be a trick.
Okay, Miss Toya with a T. How about, let's flip it then. What if they said the parents can come? Okay, what if it's an intimate wedding, parents only, and like close friends, but we're not doing aunties, we're not doing uncles. It's just parents and a few close friends. Would you be offended?
Not with this auntie.
Hold on, y'all. Let me hold on for a second. I got some more people on the phone line. Badger, you want to say something real quick? I got some more people on the phone line. Badger, make it real quick. I got to touch them as well.
So if you brought up the child, or in this case, a young lady, and taught them to listen to the husband or the male, and that's just how you brought them up, and that's what they're doing, would that be a contradiction?
No, because I feel like as a father, a good father, you raise your child to be one. First, you raise your child to be an independent woman, and you teach her what men will do, and then after that, you teach her how to be a wife. So I think she would know better.
Okay, hold on. We got a co-host in here, man. She playing her part this morning, boy. She doing her thing. God almighty. Let me go to. We got a few more people on the phone line. Willa.
Hey, Raheem, good morning.
Good morning, Willa. Willa, talk to me. You've been listening for a minute now. You know, what's on your heart? What do you say to this right here, what we're talking about? This is Way Out Wednesday, Willa. This is Way Out Wednesday.
From I gather from the conversation, it's about your daughters getting involved with an individual that's not approved by the father. And what you would do to try to get her out of that relationship.
Let me say this.
If I'm right,
let me say this, Willa. Let me say this to you. It's not, you know, she put a scenario out there. This is not an issue that she and I have. You know, I just want for the listener audience to understand. I want y'all to know. Hold on. No. This is not us. It's a situation, a scenario that she put out there. Jay, I had to clarify that, brother. I had to clarify that one.
I said it.
Amen.
Yes,
okay.
yes, she said it already. Yeah.
Okay. But from what I gather is like this, and then I heard a lot of men, before I get to that part, I heard a lot of men say that that they wanted sons and not daughters. And I wonder why is that? Why wouldn't you want to have a daughter? Is it because you have to deal with, you know how men are, and you don't want her to deal with the men that you know how they are? You know, that's
Exactly.
to me
Exactly.
kind of hypocritical to me. That really seems hypocritical to me, because even if you get your son get involved with a young lady, you would want her to be the proper young lady that your son has as a wife or as a partner. So it should be some kind of exempt, because to me it looks like you're leaning more toward the male individual than the female. But to get back to the point of a father trying to choose the individual for his daughter, especially Raheem, like with you got a close relationship with your daughter. And I know you're speaking, you're making sure that she gets the best.
Yeah.
But sometimes, even now, sometimes we get caught up. I'm gonna say we, because I'm gonna put myself in it. When I was younger, we get caught up in bad boys, boys that we are attracted to that are not so innocent, should I say? And so, yeah, you know, it's kind of hard for a father like you, who's real close to their daughter, to understand that, because you can't tell a heart where it could go. You know, whether it's the heart or whether it was a sexual attraction, you can't. There's no way you can do that. But you want to keep her close to you. You don't want to push her away, because a lot of times, even like that, when you have close relationships, they'll look towards the guy than they would you, because they offer things that their dad is not going to do. So I'm just trying to keep it real. You want to be there for her support, and at the same time, keep talking to her, not talk to her, because that's a lot of times that's what some men do when they're angry about what the choices their daughters make. So that's just my opinion on that one. But some of it was a personal experience.
I got you. Hicks, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm just listening this morning, brother. I'm just enjoying the concept. Let's get something to put directly to me.
No comment this morning? I ain't used to you not having no comment, brother. I ain't used to this now.
Do you have daughters?
I guess I do. I guess my thoughts when I was thinking as listening, I have two marriages. I have they gotta count them, 4 daughters and 2 boys.
So your daughter.
And yes, because of his marriages and divorce, I spent more time with one family than the other one. I regret that now, but like I say, things are what they are. But the thing I learned most was trying to understand this concept of unconditional love. My 2 daughters that from my first marriage that lived in another state that I didn't have much time with. I mean, I talked with them and got them on vacations and got times like that. But the daughters that I raised with me, I raised them on a very strict kind of ideology. When you look at Saudi Arabia and look at the Shia Harry and how you respond to different things, that was how I raised them. And they always had I didn't notice till later as we began to talk and experience things that they were afraid of me. Because I said that kind of thing that I would kill people, kill you, kill them if these things happen. And I guess as I saw the damage and the effect of this later on in our relationships, and just evaluate myself and changing my, because I don't know, I've never been the same. I've always evolved. But I know this, that children's come through you. They don't belong to you. They have their own conscience, their own journey that the source put them here for, and I can't have demands on them. And once I develop that kind of thing, not judging them, I'd only give them advice when they ask for it. And I learned that in most cases. If you try to put, how can I say that? Words don't teach. But when a person comes to you and they ask you, then they're open to hear what you say. And I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, but it's that unconditional love. Not that you do something, I love you, that you got to do it this way and you got to keep it, just shout you, bend that picture, don't need to pour all those different kind of outside things that was cultural to them. The thought is almost like this here. If you live in a tribe of cannibals, you're going to grow up to be a cannibal. Until you strike away from that tribe, learn different things, and drop certain things.
Good deal.
We're so shaped by our experience and our parents.
Good deal.
But I'm still listening. I appreciate this conversation.
Okay. Good. I don't know.
Raheem.
Yes.
True story, right?
Young
lady, 16, ran away. No, she didn't run away from home. She got human trafficked in Atlanta, right? The police didn't do anything. Her father grabbed his boys. They went and got her, found her and got her, brought her home, and she turned around and ran right back to the people that human trafficked her.
Wow. Wow.
I want to know what Jay would do in that situation.
So was that human trafficking or was that just pimping?
Well, at first, that's what it was. And I believe that she was there a couple of months, like 2 or 3 months. So I think at that point it became like, Stockholm.
Stockholm.
Yeah, Stockholm. Because from the outside, the parent seemed like a pretty decent parent, provided her needs, nice hair, nice clothes. But I think he was too sheltered. And one of the techniques that they do, most abusers and human traffickers, things like that, they groom you. So they kind of let you do things your parents wouldn't. They let you buy things or buy you things parents wouldn't. That's the bait, and they normally get you there. And I think at that point, we didn't hear anything about her being like sexual activity. It was like actually, they know that this person kidnapped people. The police did nothing, and they went and got her, and she stayed home for a couple of months. She ran away and left, and he went to look for her again, and she wound up going back. And at that point, it was nothing he really could do
because she went back willingly.
Because she wanted to stay.
Yeah. Okay. Jay, what's on your heart, brother?
Just listening again, hearing the young lady who just spoke before me, I'm reminded of an R&B singer who did it for years because they had money. Who's got locked up. I'm not mentioning any names, but I think we all know who I'm talking about. Had these young girls prisoner in his home. He did whatever he wanted to them. Parents looking for the kids, but the children didn't want to leave because he was taking care of them financially. He was rich, famous. He could get anything he wanted. So they stayed. Now that he's gone, now what? What's the state of those young ladies? So that's what I was just thinking about when I was hearing the young lady's speeches. Now it made me think of that R&B singer.
That fella with an R in his name.
I don't do nothing wrong.
Exactly.
Ara.
Yeah, that one.
with an R in his name.
Ara.
Rosalind, what's on your heart?
R, but Ara.
Rosalind?
Listening. Just listening and taking notes. And
You're breaking up on me, Rosalind. You're breaking up a little bit.
can you hear me now?
Yes. I can hear you, Verizon.
I'm just listening because I have a 7-year-old daughter, so I'm just listening to all of the conversations or whatever. But I do want to go back to as far as like the topic as far as the stripping issue, because in this day and time, you don't actually have to slide a pole to make money. They're actually making money in the privacy of their own home. If you ever heard of OnlyFans or something like that. So actually, I know people that's making good money off doing it at home. And it's all about your upbringing. right? So if my daughter, I teach my daughter now, like we sell things, we make jewelry, we sell lemonade, we do all kinds of things. Because I want to show her it's different ways to make money other than exposing your body to men. So if you teach them early, I feel like, and not saying that she may do her own little thing when she get older, but she can't say that mama didn't teach me a better way. So that's how that's my take on things, and I just try to teach her about morals and standards and how to value yourself and how to carry yourself as a lady.
Wow. Charles, talk to me, brother. This is where I went.
She is correct. Go ahead. I want to hear her question. She killed me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have a question for Charles.
Charles says she got a question for you. Oh Lord, Jesus, I ain't no telling what is it. I'm about to shut the show down, but we don't want to.
Brace yourself.
Would you rather have?
Oh man, let us ask the question.
Would you rather have a gay daughter, or would you rather have? Would you rather have a daughter to disown you?
Isn't that the same? Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. Charles Patrick got him.
Lord have mercy.
I don't know, man, because
answer the question, man.
That's a hard one. I guess I'd rather have a gay daughter than a daughter, because I'm not used to. For a daughter wise, I would say a gay daughter. For a son wise, I would say you can disown me. And I know it's different because the son carries my name.
Is that a double standard? Is that a double standard?
Oh yes, it is. Oh yes, I have no problem saying it. Yes, it is.
If a gay woman, if she is the masculine one in the relationship, she will carry your name because her wife.
But she can't. Yeah, but the seed is the daughter put the son put the seed out.
Right.
You understand? The daughter takes the seed of another person. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're
so
saying.
It's not the same. You can try to play the game of you carry the name on, but in all honesty, you don't, because it's not a Patrick that's going on.
It's not going to multiply.
Right. It might be the DNA of a Patrick on her side, but it's another person's DNA. She's not going to do that by herself. She has to get the seed from somebody else, or the fertilizer. Put it that way. She has the seed, but I mean the fertilizer. You get what I'm saying? So it is a double standard.
Lowe's or Home Depot and get those seeds, or
shut up, Raheem. You crazy, man. You crazy. How you deal with him, Lola? How you deal with him?
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm just wanting to get a Home Depot, Lowe's.
But I'm getting where she get these questions from.
Or do you get it from
she get these questions from her daddy. Her daddy make her inquisitive like this with these questions he come up with. These questions try to stump you. I thought it was a good question, but I shouldn't have let you go first on that one.
You talk to me, brother.
I was listening. I got caught up in listening because it's so funny. It's because I know my place. And I'm not going to exceed my place. My job is to facilitate my children's best decisions. That's it. I don't have to go along with everything.
Let me ask you this one. How do you know as a father, and this is a question, how do you know when to get out the way?
Well, if you're an adult and you insist on doing what you want to do, that's all it takes. I'm not going to intrude into your life at all. I'm not trying to keep you from having fun and enjoying yourself. But it's my duty as a father to warn you. It's my duty as a father to warn you about danger I may see that you don't. And if you don't take my advice, then so be it. But I'm not going to struggle with back and forth with a child about certain things. And when I was a man, I was a man. My mama was not in my business. So, and I left home at a very early age. So I wasn't relying on my mother for anything. And my mother never got out of place with me, ever. And so when I hear about people that have these strange relationships and things of that nature, or problems with their parents, it's obviously because you all have not had an adult conversation.
Wow.
And you can tell those adults who have not had adult conversation with their parents. See, my mother is my mother, but my mother ain't gonna tell me what to do. Do you understand?
But that doesn't change that people will still go against each other even after
Right.
they have adult conversations.
It's like my
So
mother
it's
will
just your
say.
decision that you make
Right.
afterwards.
It's like my mother would say, I raised you to do right. Now what you choose is your business.
Amen.
I don't even need to go back and ask my mama about nothing because I knew what she was gonna say. Because I knew her rules, I knew how she lived her life, and what her moral values were. So I'm not coming in there trying to tell mama, well, you know, mama, times have changed, and God ain't changed.
Say it, sir.
So you can come in here and tell me whatever you want. Oh, he loved me. Oh, he loved me. Why you got that bruise on your face? Oh, it's just this, oh, it's just this. Okay, it's always just something. Get out my face.
Wow.
Because you being unfair to you and me right now.
Okay. Let me do this. I got a couple of people on the phone lines.
Before we go there, can you click off that real quick? Because I know some people are calling in. If you want to call in, the phone lines, what's the number?
508. How you gonna ask me what the number is?
Because it's your broadcast.
508. Go ahead.
You may
Go ahead.
If you would like to call into the broadcast, you can call in at 508-924-3521. If you didn't get the first time, I'll say it again. If you would like to call into the broadcast, you can call in at 508-924-3521. And if you did not see what just came up on the screen because you're calling into the phone lines, let me just let you know how you can support the broadcast. Going off of that real quick. You can support the broadcast by PayPal or by Cash App because we know you got a phone. Go ahead and get on it. Now, you can go.
Yes, ma'am.
The name
You
is
do that.
DKM Radio, and if you don't know how to spell it, I got you. We love you here.
Okay.
Now, love us back. DKM Radio, how you spell that is DKM RADIO. Hold on now. Let me say it one more time. DKM RADIO. We love you.
Get it, young lady.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You better not
See,
get rid
that's
of
what
us.
I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Get it,
talking
young
about.
lady.
Yes,
Kudos to kudos. What's up?
Amen.
What you need?
Look at. Only I do is shake my head, man. That's my daughter, man. Look, how they say that's my daughter. I'm so proud.
All right.
That's your baby girl. That's your baby
That's my baby
girl.
girl right there. That's my baby girl. Toya with a T, talk to me. We got some people on the phone line. We're gonna go to the phone line as well. But Toya with a T, talk to me.
You better hide that Mary, honey. What? Y'all make a great combination. I'm just throwing that out there. But no, let's get back to for real. So all these emotions we talk about, like fathers and stripping and all of that, I don't think people know no better. I found myself talking to my nephew one day because he had a daughter, and he said, oh, when she get older, I'm not gonna care what she do. I said, well, you better, ain't you her daddy? I think that we come pre-wired like a Dell computer. Like because what, all this stuff just in us. You're supposed to be this way, but I think you should be taught. I think that sometimes, they say if you know better, you do better. And I think when we find ourselves in situations where we have families that allow kids to sell drugs, tote guns, rape, human traffickers, things of that nature, I simply feel like they don't know no better. I feel like there has to be a special kind of God gene deep down in you that hollers and tell you, hey, that's not right. Even if you do it for a little while, it still should have been something within you to be like, hey, I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I'm doing it by culture. And it should be an awakening to let you know the error of your ways. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that it's important that sometimes when we look at these scenarios, we got to understand, I don't think that all people were taught. And definitely it's not because all people are hardwired. Take the time to tell your niece, your nephew, your brother, your sister, someone younger. If they're doing something wrong, let them know, hey, that's not how it should be done. Because really, we don't have no God out here to tell people. And a lot of people, if they're getting away with it, it's because nobody ever stopped them.
Absolutely. Mary, you want to kick the show off for me tomorrow?
Oh, I'm gonna be here until I go.
I might tomorrow. We got a topic tomorrow, but I might probably gonna let Mary kick the show off tomorrow. I might sleep in a little bit tomorrow. Let Mary kick the show off for me. Y'all come in. Make sure y'all come and support my daughter. Now, y'all make sure y'all come in and
don't get no your own show, cause them old skills she had just now with that announcement. Don't mess around, get booed off your own show. Don't be the CEO and the board overthrow you for Mary. Now you better be careful, sir.
Tell them about Thursday.
yeah, and she wanted to look, boy, I tell you, she's always working. She's gonna do her own show Thursday at some point, and she wants y'all to come in and be on her show. She's gonna do her own show Thursday. She ain't never tell me what time though, so
the takeover has begun.
Yeah, she ain't tell me what time, so she wants y'all to come in and be a part. She's gonna sit right here in the seat. I'm not gonna be on. I don't know if she even invited me to be on the show. I probably won't be on the show at all. Just probably be pushing buttons and stuff like that. But she wants to do her own.
Again, the takeover has begun, sir.
She said from 3 o'clock to 4:30. She writing this stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
She want to do an hour and a half show from 3 o'clock on Thursday from 3 o'clock to 4:30. If y'all available, she definitely wants you.
It's only one day. She only gonna do it one day, or we gonna be doing it on Thursdays from 3 to 4:30.
No, she's in town. She came home, and so she want to do it while she's here. I don't know whether it's gonna be an ongoing thing. Yeah, she's gonna be here for a few days, and she wanted to do her show Thursday.
Tease us. Okay, heard. I said, so she gonna tease us then with just one little stuff. Okay, heard on that.
She probably, like I said, it depends on, like I said, I don't know. We'll have that conversation. But she definitely wants y'all to be on with her on Thursday. Like I said, again.
Mary, we got video now, sweetheart. No matter where you at, we can do you a show. So you might as well get on ready. Don't tease us with one show and then don't come back.
I'll think about it.
Oh, she said she'll certainly think about it. We got another caller from the 252 area code. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? 252. 252. Doctor, are you there? Dr. Cook? I think it's Dr. Cook.
Yes, I'm here.
Dr. Cook, good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm well, and you all?
Hey, doing good.
I came on, so I'm not really aware of the topic. I know you. I heard Mr. Leonard talking about something with his parent, his mother, but I don't have the name of the topic.
Okay, well, the day is way I went, so we actually don't have a topic. We talk about a whole.
We're having some technical difficulties, Jay.
Okay, I was just about to say I didn't hear anything.
Those of us on the feed have the technical difficulty. I think they may be still
trying to get back
in the show, on some other platforms. But he'll definitely call back in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, this is with this conversation, it's crazy because even not being with my baby mama, I'll say that. Right. I always made sure I took care of my kids.
And that's what's important, man.
I was there to pick them up from school because I never knew my father. Never saw him, never talked to him, never dealt with him at all. Heard a lot about the man. Never saw him, never talked to him. So I made sure, and I told my baby mamas that no matter what happens with me and you, my kids are
hold on, everybody. We coming back in right now. Coming back in right now.
Okay, hold on. You can remember my health.
Hold on. We coming back in. Okay, let me see. We should have everybody back in right now. There we go. Sorry about that. We got kicked out for a second. We're back now. So Jay, what was you saying, brother?
I was saying, now my brother want to call me. No, what I was saying, as we came back and we were talking, one thing I did with my baby mothers, all of them, with my children, I said, when I met them, I said, listen, we're having a child. Even if me and you're not together, I'm gonna be there for my child. So when we weren't together, my children that I don't have, that I'm not with their mother, I made sure I picked them up from school. I made sure I went to parent teacher conference when I could. And then when they moved away, I fly to go see my children, or I fly them to come see me. I'll catch the bus to New York to go see my children. Whatever it takes so that they know I'm present when I can, and because I'm disabled. But when I can't do that, FaceTime is an amazing gift, because I can talk to them, I can see them, they can see me. So I made sure. And another thing I wanted to say before I end, I don't know how many more minutes I have left. One thing I did when I did break up with my children's mother, I never let my kids see me parading a whole bunch of women in and out of my place, or coming over or introduce them to a whole bunch of women, because it's not their business. I'm teaching them respect for themselves by respecting them and respecting myself enough not to, live that lifestyle in front of them, to bring them up the right way, train up a child the way they should go.
Let me go back to and that's a good deal. Let me go back to Dr. Cook. We kind of got caught off in the middle of your what you were saying there. So I want you to come back and reiterate what you said. And Cassandra, we're coming to you next. Dr. Cook, what's on your heart? Dr. Cook, you there?
I was just listening to what the gentleman was just talking about, and I that's what I did when I divorced from my former spouse. I didn't have any men coming in and out, because that's not a respectful thing to do. You want to train your children up the way they should go, and I didn't have all of that, and I basically didn't. I didn't date for a while because all of the emotions and everything going on, but you do get lonely. But I basically made sure that I did not do anything that was disrespectful to me, disrespectful to my home, and disrespectful to the children. And I like what Toya was just saying a moment ago, but she, I guess when you were coming back in, she kind of got cut off and she didn't finish her point. But I like what she was saying as well. But it's all about respect, and it's all about basically doing what the Bible says. A lot of people get caught up and say, I want to do what I want to do. But it's about what God says. We're here because He put us here, and He put us here for a reason. So I thank the gentleman for making that point as a man. Really, I like what he said.
Okay, good deal. Cassandra, good morning. Rico coming to you next. Cassandra, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
What's on your heart this morning? I know you've been listening into what we're talking about. What's on your heart now? If he don't want if he don't want the husband to come to the wedding, he don't want the husband to come to the wedding because he don't like the husband. Now you could come, but he don't want the husband to be at the wedding. Don't want the husband to walk.
You mean the father?
The father.
Mean the father, Raheem?
Yeah. There you go. Don't want the father to come to the wedding. Don't want the father to walk the door down the aisle. You as the mother, you can come, but her soon-to-be husband don't want the father to come at all. How do you feel about that, Cassandra? Is that right, wrong? Is that ugly? How does that look?
It's ugly. I mean, I don't know the scenario that has happened. Has this man done something to him personally? Have they been in a fight? Or, I mean, I don't know the scenario, but it's no way that my father, who's been good to me, and I've looked forward to this all my life, to have him to walk me down the aisle. I mean, I don't get that. But if there's an issue, then we need to try to work it out beforehand, because why would I not want my father to be there, but my mother can come and they're married? Or what? Well, I don't know the scenario, like I said, but no, that would not work for me at all. We would have to do some type of resolution or come to some type of compromise. Okay, this ain't but a few hours. It's just a few hours, guys. I mean, and you can't allow my father to walk me down the aisle, the man that birthed me. That is a part of my birth. I don't get it. So like I said, I don't know the scenario, but I would not like that at all. That would not work for me.
To put the full scenario out to give more perspective, the only issue is it's a good father, and the only issue is the father and the husband to be bump heads. For where I was going with it was the father sees something in the husband to be, and that's why they bump heads. But there was no specific like fight or anything like that. It was just the father sees something in him, but the daughter doesn't see it, and therefore it will cause a rift.
Exactly. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
First, let me ask Miriam, when you do this Thursday, how many people you gonna have on there?
As many as that wants to call
to the mic.
As many as people calling. There's no specific number.
You might have to count me out because I don't like holding the phone for an hour.
Okay.
I don't like butting in neither. I did that a couple of times today, but I decided to stop and just listen. And the question, it was about 5 different questions asked. I wanted to answer the first one. I can't remember what the first one was now, though. But either way it goes, I think based off of what I just heard, the first question may have been about the potential husband not wanting a parent at the wedding.
Yeah.
And the only thing I got to say is that ain't your husband yet. And he probably wouldn't be your husband. It probably wouldn't be my wife if she did something like that. But Toya pretty much summed it up. You know what I'm saying? There's more than one way to skin a cat. And there's, when you look at it that way, there's more than one way a situation can get to the point of where it is. That could have been a situation where the man could be trying to pull an R. Kelly, just trying to get her to a situation where she's vulnerable and away from her support system. Or she could just be having some unconditional loyalty and love to somebody that used to rape her. And he stepped from some Stockholm to a certain extent. Somebody has told her, well, that's still your daddy, just keep a secret, and never told anybody, and all of a sudden she told his future husband. Well, my daddy was the one I lost my virginity to. But wait a minute. You thought he was an upstanding man. He's a deacon of the church, and he all in the newspaper doing this and that, and he an activist, and you mean to tell me he did me and my sisters? Well, why y'all love this man? Well, that's my daddy. So now she done been programmed and trained by her mom or whoever to still be unconditionally loyal to the daddy. But no, not if I'm marrying you. I'm not supposed to sit back and look over here at this man walking you down the aisle, and I know he was standing up in you one time before. No. So there could be different reasons. Everybody have their reason for doing certain things, man. But like I said, man, the rest of my time, Will ain't been on here that long. Let Will get the rest of my time.
Good deal. Willow, what's on your heart?
Hey, Ryan.
Hey.
I was just wanted to say that I just wanted to comment kind of off of what Leonard had said when he was talking about the advice from his mom. My son, I don't want to put him out there, but I'm going to. My youngest son, I'm in the ministry, and it's really hard for me sometimes when he comes to me, and the first thing he'll say is, Mom, I want to talk to my mother. I want to talk to my mother. So he said, I don't want to talk to no minister or whatever. Can I get some advice from my mother? So, and that's sometimes that becomes difficult for me because I live by the word now. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for me to say, well, son, there's nothing in this world that you can't do without God. So he wants to not hear God. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm in a dilemma now. So now I have to be a mother to give him some worldly advice from the things that I used to do that didn't work out for me. So, it becomes hard sometimes being a parent. I remember I told you I had a baby at 15 and I didn't even know how to be a mother. So, life can be like that sometimes, but when you have a support system, that's the best system you could ever have is your parents.
Exactly.
You. And there's no man or no woman in that place that can take that place. That's
Absolutely.
what I'm thinking. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Rika.
That's good. That's good. Tucson, talk to me, brother. Tucson, you there?
Yeah. You know, when when you say we are in this world but not of this world, and the first, it starts with you in this world, so you have to be able to relate to this world, even though you try to have a spiritual mindset. Because if you don't, you'll never be able. I can't say you never be able to. You'll have issues dealing with worldly people because they don't understand spiritual things. So you remember where you once were, and stay there just for a minute. You don't have to drop your religion or your sanctity to be able to do that. I will tell you what. That's why I said Nicodemus came to Jesus by night, and he wanted to know, it's got to be something about you, because what you do, it got to be godly. So Jesus says, look, let's cut to the chase. You gotta be born again. You got to rethink this thing. You got to think about it in a different way. See, I'm not talking about how you come from your mama and your daddy. I'm talking about a little higher power than that. Some kind of way, Jesus was able to relate to Nicodemus. Must have. He must have been. He had to be able to convince him or talk him or show him some things that he could not see, because you see Nicodemus at the gravesite. We got to be able to. Every once in a while, my kids call me with stuff that I do not like, but I remember me when my parents was telling me stuff, and I thought they was, excuse the French, I thought they was crazy. What are you talking about? Why we always got it? Every time I turn around, we go into church, I got to sweep the floor in the choir. Well, you just in the service of the Lord. I'm cleaning toilets, man. Come on now. You got to do better. Come on now. He was trying to show me some stuff that I didn't get the understanding of till I got old. All we can do is plant and water.
Yeah.
Sometimes we put so much emphasis on trying to get an increase that we fail. Especially with family. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Badger, what's on your heart, brother? Badger, you there?
Had to find the mute button.
Okay.
I mean, as I was saying earlier, most of y'all know my house is a matriarch, so to me, there are things to look out for and be aware of. And as long as they're happy and they're living a healthy life, I'm not worried about a lot of that other, what I view as like politics stuff.
Okay. That's good. Toya with a T. Talk to me, sis.
No, you don't, honey. You got to be doing the right thing. You know what makes you happy. That was Auntie Toya. That Uncle Benny. Auntie Toya said, you better be doing the wrong thing, because if it ain't right, I'm on you. With popcorn. You can't get moved by everything that make you happy sometimes, because it might have made Jeffrey Dahmer happy. No, you couldn't do what make you happy. We're going to do the right thing. And what my job is, as I'm in the background, when I see your mom and daddy and you teaching you something crazy, come on in there and remind you who God is and who He said He is. Because when we get wrapped up in this place, on this world, talking about happy, no, we got to do the right thing. That's what we're in for. We're supposed to teach them what's the right way.
not allow them to change things and make it their way because it makes them happy. It ain't gonna never make them happy to get their butt up at 6 o'clock in the morning and cut that grass, wash the cars, do the carpet, and all the things it takes. It don't make me happy to go to the school. So no, you don't get to do what make you happy. You get to do the right thing and do what's best for you. My thing is to make sure that I have my best intent for where you're going, not to let you know what make you happy.
Exactly. That's good. That's good. Jay, talk to me, brother.
Again, I'm listening and I'm just thinking, again, it's all about, train up your child in the way they should go. I was just telling someone who's about to turn 18, he says, "Oh, I'm about to be grown. I'm about to be grown." I said, "Yeah, listen, I wish I could still go back to my mother's and live under my mother's roof because everything is going to change when you turn 18. You graduate from high school, they say they give you a certificate saying you are now certified to be an adult. So everyone treats you like an adult. The landlord don't want to hear about, well, I didn't get paid this week, so I don't have rent. You got to go. Everything is, it's increased. So you're being trained right now. You don't know everything. Even if there's arguments. Well, I'm about to turn 18. You still think I'm a child. You still think I'm a child. It's not that we think you're a child. We think that you haven't. Well, it's not even that we think. We know that you haven't experienced this life circumstance, so you don't know how to react. We're telling you, as the other caller said, we're telling you what we see, so you don't fall into the ditch before you get to it. We see the ditch coming.
Exactly. Cassandra.
Yeah, I'd like to just for a second go to this. One of the greatest lessons I ever learned, and I follow it to this day. When I was called into ministry, at my church, you had to go to classes. I think it was for years, but anyway, we had to go to classes. So the first day we were going to classes, it was maybe 8 or 9 of us, and everybody was excited. We had our notebooks, our pads, our Bibles. We got to the church, we were there early because we was ready. This is exciting. And so we get in and we're sitting there, and our pastor comes out and he said, is everybody excited? We're ready to do this, blah, 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 blah. And we're like, yeah, pastor, amen, hallelujah. And he said, okay. He said, so-and-so, I want you to get the broom. You're going to sweep out the vestibule. And so-and-so, you're going to polish the furniture. And Cassandra, you're going to do, I think I did the toilet or something. Literally, he had all of us to do a job in the church. And when we got through and we came together after everybody was done, he said, I just taught you the greatest lesson you will ever learn. And that is that you are a servant to God's people and to God's house. Wow. So that to me was just like amazing. We just need to learn how to serve each other and to do what is right. You know what I'm saying? And that's with your children, whatever. Even your children, you need to teach them to be able to serve as well. You know what I'm saying? Not slave to anybody, but serve as unto God, because that's what Jesus did.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to throw that in there since it's Way Out Wednesday.
Absolutely. Good deal. Appreciate that. Mary?
Just listening.
You're just listening now? All that talking you did the whole broadcast, now all of a sudden you want to just listen. Ain't that something? God almighty. It's been a great broadcast. This is Way Out Wednesday, y'all. This is what we do on Wednesdays. Way Out Wednesday. Rico, what's going on, brother, at 3 o'clock today?
Hey, let me mention this about sway. You mentioned that earlier about like I said, the question was, I guess the first quick question Miriam asked was about the husband having the daughter not want to invite the father to the wedding.
Yes.
And it sort of reminds me of a play that I was in when I was young. My grandmother's brother, we went to his church, and I was always, being young, I was always in the plays and in the choir and stuff like that. So during one of these plays, I think the lesson was about following the people that raised you. And I think they wanted to use me as an example. And so my grandmother told me, said, whatever you do, make sure you follow me, follow where I go into the pulpit and walk wherever I go. But she knew how crazy I was about my uncle AC, my Reverend AC Bolton. I was crazy about him. I'd turn a flip for him if he wanted me to. So he was preaching, but he had on a red robe and he was playing the role of the devil. And he started saying things and offering things to me that he knew I would like to sway me away from my grandmama. And my grandmama was like, Rico, I told you to stay with me, follow me. But instead, he led me on. And it sort of made me think of that woman and that potential husband telling her not to invite her father. He swayed her somehow. I don't know if it was a magic stick. I don't know what it was, but somehow he swayed her. And so anybody in that situation, man or woman, because most likely I think that you would find situations like that where a woman would say, I don't want your mama there. I don't want your daddy there. I think most situations it would be the woman saying something like that. But in either way, be mindful. Because if you didn't have any bad situations with your parents and they led you the right way and raised you and guided you the right way, that person is trying to get you away from your support system and make you vulnerable.
Exactly. With
that being said, if you missed today's broadcast and would like to see it or hear it in its entirety, you can tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on www.dkmmediagroup.com.
Now, see, you almost went politically correct on my entirety. See, you almost messed it up, man. I thought I got to get you there for a second. You know, it's entirety. I thought you were about to mess it up there, Rico.
I was trying to do it the right way sometimes, man. I like to slip, though. I like to slip.
Yes, sir. Let me see. Leonard said, "Who's paying for the wedding?" and a lot of times, you know, the dad is paying for the wedding. That's traditionally, that's typically what it is.
One thing.
Huh? Say it again. Oh, I thought I heard somebody. Jay, you had your hand up, brother. You want to say something? Jay?
I done forgot. I'm just read the comment. You know, who's paying for the wedding, and that's true. If I'm paying for a wedding, and I'm daddy, because they say typically it's the bride's father that's going to pay for it, and then the husband don't want me to show up. I might be like you. I might have to borrow your gun and go shoot somebody.
Exactly. Just sometimes you got to. And listen. This is the way our wins. We've been acting up a little bit today. We ain't gonna shoot nobody. We ain't gonna shoot nobody. No.
I ain't shooting nobody.
We ain't gonna shoot nobody. Now Toussaint might shoot somebody, but we ain't gonna. Now Toussaint might shoot you. Toussaint.
I wonder who wedding I'm gonna pay for and I ain't even showing up to.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody.
Say that.
I got a question.
What's your question?
Do we even do that no more? I mean, do we still do that?
No.
When the last time somebody paid for their daughter's wedding?
I don't know.
Traditionally, that's the way it was.
The way that they spend money now, they got the limousine. They want to go to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
All of that kind of stuff, and they have all the decorations, but the light bill needs paid.
We're gonna get you an Uber and you're gonna go down to the Bahama Breeze.
Imagine getting married in Vegas.
Exactly.
What I'm talking about.
Willa!
Ryan, come on now.
Willa, are you ready?
I am so ready, Ryan. I am so ready.
Willa, I got to say it. Let's go.
Amen. First, I just want to say thank you to the team today. I learned something today that I'm going to use. So thank you so much. Amen. Father God in heaven, Lord, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for allowing us to get up together, commune one together on one accord. Father, we just thank you this morning, Lord. Thank you for what you do and all you do. Thank you for this show, oh Lord. Father, I know you plan and orchestrate all things. And Father, I'm so glad that you allowed Raheem and the Morning Glow to be in my life, Lord. I thank you so much, Lord. Father, you know what we need at all times. I thank you, Lord, that I trust you and I trust no man. I thank you, Lord, for all you do, Lord. Thank you for the protection, Lord, the guidance, the wisdom, the understanding, Lord, that you give each and every last one. Father, I thank you so much. Father, thank you for being our Father. And Father, we give you the honor, we give you the glory and the grace this morning. In Christ Jesus' name, amen, and amen.
Amen.
Rico, you okay over there, brother? Because she went in this morning.
Man, I love it, man. She go in every morning, man. I love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Rico, Mary told me to tell you something. You want to hear what she said? Rico? Did we lose Rico? Rico, you there?
Yeah, man. I hit the wrong button trying to hit mute.
Oh, okay.
What were you saying?
Mary want me to tell you something, man.
Oh, what's that?
She told me to tell you stop playing. She said, you know you're gonna be on her show. She said stop playing.
I'll be on that, man. Gotta listen to the same people over for an hour.
Look here, she said stop playing. That's all she said. She said, told me to tell you stop playing. That's all. That's all.
I got it. I tell her I got it. If I gotta listen for an hour, I'll listen.
And look here, she knew you was gonna say that. Look, she already knew you was gonna say that. So she over there, she smiling. And I was gonna put the camera on her. She just smiled. She said,
I gotta be on that since she requested that. I'm gonna definitely be on that because she asked.
Look at she right there. She told me to put the paper down. Look, she said, tell him stop playing.
We always do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on that.
Exactly. Listen, it's been a great broadcast, man. I want to thank everybody for joining us, man. This has been a good. This is way out Wednesday, man. This is what we do on Wednesdays. Ain't no telling what you're gonna get. But listen, it's 10:13. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DK, your media group, and associates, and the Morning Glow for being a part of your day. It is now 10:13. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And then we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day, and please, please, please be blessed. Take care of each other. Mary, anything?
That is all.
That is all.
Hey, Miriam, I hate I left so early yesterday, man. I probably just missed you when I got out of Atlanta, but if I stayed around, I could have met you, man. I hate I left that early.
Oh, yeah, about 7. Yeah, well, you got here early in that you was messing around Atlanta.
No, I had to go to the store.
Yeah. We'll talk about that off air. Okay. Love y'all. Y'all have a great day.